into the country.
That okay?
Yeah, so if you reduce the supply, right, you're going to increase the price.
Oh, okay. This guy's an economist. Good shit. I heard
Yeah,
you got a
actually,
degree in
I do
economics.
have a degree in economics.
Okay, nice. But yeah, let's just talk about the history, like the candidates. So, for Kamala, right, one of her main points was that of like her race, right? She was trying to gain the black vote.
Nope,
So what
she
happened towards the
never
end,
she
though? What
never
happened
even
towards
brought
the
up.
end?
When did she bring up her race?
Bro, come on, bro.
I'm waiting. Tell me.
Come on, bro.
Can you tell me when? And are you driving?
Nah, I'm not driving.
Yeah, so like tell me when she brought that up.
I mean, I don't know if she brought it up specifically, but that was a lot of the reasons like why people voted for her.
Okay, well, so then like I don't see why that's relevant to her. And you
Why is
definitely
relevant to
sound
her?
like you're driving, bro.
Nah, I'm not driving.
Bro, why are you in? Are you in like a windstorm?
I'm in NYC, bro. It's windy. What you want me to do?
Okay.
But yeah, so like, do you think Trump is bad as an individual? He's a bad person?
Yeah, of course.
Why?
He was held civilly liable of forcefully penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will. He bragged about walking into changing rooms with naked teenage girls because he quote unquote owns the place. He said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years.
Wait, did you vote for Biden though?
Yeah, in 2020.
Isn't that contradicting? Because he's like kind of a PEDO.
So, like, I like how you'll say that specifically about Joe Biden, but you won't acknowledge that when Donald Trump said he would date a 10-year-old
I
girl.
mean,
in
I
10
could
years.
acknowledge it, but the fact is, like, why are you voting for either candidate if they're both have a kind of a weird history?
One of them is going to be the president. Okay, would you prefer it to be Joe Biden or would you prefer it to be Donald Trump?
Okay, but I heard in your lives a lot of the time, like you mentioned his background, like Donald Trump's background, and like all of the stuff he has done. But Biden has done a lot of those things too.
Okay, the fact that you're still hanging on Biden is crazy. By the way,
how is that crazy?
Because Biden hasn't been the candidate for months.
Related because Kamala was under him, literally his vice president, and she has done nothing.
But
That's why I
what is
bring
she?
him up, 'cause,
She's
like,
done nothing. Name one
to be
thing a
honest,
vice.
bro, to be honest,
Wait. Can I ask you a question? Name one
Yeah.
thing a vice president has done in history.
Nothing.
Nothing. That
Yeah.
made no sense. Name one thing a vice president has done in history.
I don't know.
Okay, so if you don't know anything a vice president has done in history, you can't evaluate whether or not she's done things as a vice president. She actually was the most influential vice president ever. She had the most tie-breaking votes of any vice president ever, right? Including a tie-breaking vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, which had the largest investment in renewable energy ever. It would decrease the deficit by debt by $200 billion, and it is the case that it specifically had the $35 cap on insulin for people on Medicare.
Yeah, I have no idea what you just said, but look,
Yeah,
listen.
because you're
Look,
not
Kamala-
policy oriented. You don't care about
Facts.
policy. You care about vibes and feelings, right?
Nah, I
It's
don't
all
care about
facts
my
over feelings.
I go based on how my personal life was impacted. I don't go based off all that nerdy shit. Bro, look, listen. All I know
Policy
is
is
that
what impacts your life. What the fuck else would you base it
Okay,
on?
look. All I know is when Trump was
What do you mean
president.
nerdy shit? I'm sorry, like a good position is nerdy to you. Is that like something bad?
Nah, not a good
Is it
position.
bad
That's
to
not
be
a bad thing. It's
informed?
not bad to be a nerd. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad to be a nerd. I'm just saying like all the technical shit you just said. I don't care, and I don't care to learn about it or anything like that.
Because you're a
I go
sheep.
based off. I go
You're a
based
sheep.
off how my personal life
MAGA cults.
was
MAGA
impacted. You
cults.
feel me?
Seriously, MAGA
All I know is
cults.
that when Trump
That's
was
not
president,
That's not
my
a
life was
reasonable thought
perfectly fine.
process. Come on,
My
man.
life was really fine. There was
You're
no
like
conflict.
actively admitting that it's not a reasonable thought process, and you're like, I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Nah, that's not true. Hold up.
What?
Let me tell you something. Hold up. All I know is that as soon as Trump won, all of a sudden now there's conflicts going on overseas. Like why? Why is Biden trying to start stuff overseas, bro?
Where did Biden start anything?
Didn't he like give that country it's called Ukraine? Like some missiles or some shit to launch to Russia?
Okay. Well, what did it cause like a war?
But like why? Why is he doing that all of a sudden now that Trump wins? He's trying to pass those things like, bro, we want peace. I feel like Trump offered that. He was cool with the other world leaders. There was no new conflicts under him.
Especially when you raided the Capitol. 65 service members died in conflict.
He
under his
raided the Capitol
administration.
himself?
No, he literally got people to raid the Capitol
You think he did that?
because of lies that he lost. He said the election was stolen from him,
He said the election was stolen from him.
which was bullshit.
Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't say I completely agree with that, but that the election was stolen from him. But you can agree though, like when he was president, right? It was kind of peaceful. Like he was meeting with the dictator
No.
from North Korea. He's cool with Putin. Like I want a president like that. That's
He's
cool.
cool with Putin. How cool is he? Is he like gonna give more power to Putin?
Not more power to Putin, but just like I don't know. They just have. I feel like
Are
they
they
respect
cool?
him more. They respect him more.
Why?
You said why? I mean, he's like a respectable, patriotic president. I don't know. His personality.
What about his personality?
Bro, he's funny. He's just like a personable human, bro. Like he's real.
How?
How? Just the way he expresses himself. The way he carries himself. He's funny.
How so? Give me an example. Like when
Bro,
you said
yeah.
you dated 10-year-old girl in 10 years.
Why you keep bringing up personal things? Like, look,
Is
bro.
that
look how-
wait? You said he's personable.
I don't know. He's just like you know how most presidents try to put on this act and be like fake. He's just cool. He's like a regular person that you would meet on the street. Well, he carries himself that way. I don't know.
That's really cringe. Like you know that guy literally bragged about sexually assaulting women, like grabbing them by the vagina without asking.
Really?
He bragged about walking into changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote unquote owns the place.
No, that's
In
crazy.
front of Howard Stern, he said yeah to Howard Stern, calling his daughter a piece of ass.
Yeah, bro, I don't
This is the
understand why
guy
you
you're
bring
saying
up
is
those
like.
things.
This is the guy you're saying is personable, right?
Bro, he's charismatic. Come on, you gotta.
Okay, come on. You cannot say that after just hearing what I just said. Come on.
I know.
That's like
But look,
insane.
everybody has a past. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. What Trump said was crazy. But everybody has a past. You can't hold that against him for the rest of his life. Like, look,
Have you done that in the past? Have you done that in the past? Profession, have you done that in the past?
No, not
No?
that specifically, but
No.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna judge somebody based off their past. Like if he's trying to change and be a
Really?
better man.
Like what type of stuff? So anything you can do anything. You think you can come back from sexual assault?
I swear, if you
Wait, sorry, can you repeat that?
Do you think you can come back from sexual assault?
Come back from sexual assault? That's tough.
The fact that it's taking you a second
feel like
to
you can come
respond
back
is
from anything.
disgusting.
I feel like you come back from anything.
You think you can come back from sexual assault? So if someone sexually assaulted children, you'd be like, oh, yeah, they can change. Olivia, I appreciate
But
the
like,
full
bro,
description.
be honest.
Is that your view? Is that your view, dude?
I mean,
Profession,
yeah, of course,
is that your
anybody
view?
could change. Anybody could change.
You seriously would be like friends with someone who's done that.
Friend, I wouldn't say I would be their friend, but like they could definitely change over time. Like they could become a better person no matter what they have done. I've seen murderers become good people. I've heard of it.
Good people. So you think that they can become a good person?
Yeah, anybody could become a good person.
Really, someone who sexually assaulted children.
Someone who sexually assaults children. I mean, yeah, that's like one of the craziest things you could do. But like I said, you can come back from anything. You could turn your life around no matter what you've done. Like people
So
won't
would you
look
say
at
that
you
about
the
would you
same,
say that
but
about Hitler?
Probably not.
Well, why not? I thought you said anyone can change, bro.
I mean, like that's the thing. I'm looking at it from the outside, right? Like I look
Yeah,
at Hitler,
not
he's a
very
person like, that's crazy. Like,
intellectually,
nah,
are
he's
you?
evil.
Not very intellectually.
He's evil, right? But maybe like, what if he regret what he did? He can just try to change. I don't know. Like it's hard.
Wait, you
Nobody knows somebody's
think
heart.
Hitler could do that?
Do I think Hitler could do that? I mean, I look at it from a Christian standpoint, bro. Like I feel like anybody could really change, bro.
Oh, so you would say that about Hitler, right? You know, from a Christian standpoint, you're supposed to love everyone, right?
I don't know about love everyone.
You don't love everyone? I thought it said love your neighbor.
Love your neighbor as yourself. Yeah, that means like.
Yeah. Okay. So you love everyone, right?
I don't mean I love you. I just
So
forgive you because I know-
professional. Do you love everyone?
No,
No.
nah.
So
I'm supposed
you don't
to.
follow
I'm not gonna
your
lie.
commandments.
I'm not gonna lie and say I do love her. I'm supposed to love everyone, but that's not what I did.
Okay.
That's not following your commandments. That's just simply
That's
being.
it. That's actually like
having
one of your
sinful- That's having
commandments.
a sinful nature that we
Yeah,
have
that's which-
automatically after coming.
Okay,
to
but you're choosing to continue to live within that. So should you
No,
love
I'm not choosing
everyone?
to continue-
Wait.
Yeah, you should.
Profession.
You
So
should love
you
everyone.
should love everyone.
Yes.
So are you saying that you should love Hitler?
Bro, the thing is, like, this is what you do, Parker. Like, you
No,
try
I'm
to
just
twist
asking.
shit.
Are you saying that you
try to
should do
twist
that?
Shit. Like, no, I'm not saying you should love him.
No?
I'm saying you should forgive.
Wait, you just said that you should love everyone.
You see what I mean, bro? Like, this is what you do.
That's what you said. I'm not taking something you didn't said. I'm saying you.
Okay, what did I
literally
tell you at
said
the
this,
beginning?
And
What
I'm
did I tell you at the
applying
beginning?
it.
What did I tell you at the beginning? I said I do
You
not love
said you
everyone.
said you
I said we
should. You no no. I'm not saying
We
whether or
should
not you
love
do. I'm asking should you love everyone?
What is love? What is that?
No. Do you think you should love everyone? Yes or
But
no?
what is love?
No. Profession. Answer the question. Do you think you should love everyone?
Okay, you asking me a lot of questions. I'm asking you a question now. What is love? Define.
No.
You have to define that word.
Should you love everyone?
What is the word? What is love?
Okay, you know what love is. Should you?
No, I don't. I want you to
Why
tell
are
me.
you being purposefully dense? I can give you a
I'm not
definition,
being
but
purposely
you know
dense.
how
I'm
to,
just
you know
saying,
exactly
what
what
is
I'm referring to.
I already told. I try to tell you my definition.
Okay, go for
Like,
it.
when you say
what is
love,
it?
right?
What's your
When you say love-
What are you using?
I'm saying we should basically treat others right how Christ like treated the world. You feel me?
Oh,
Like,
no,
we were
how does
all
the
under
Bible
judgment
define it?
of
That's the
love.
only thing that's relevant. We're talking about love in a Christian sense. We're not talking about love from any other context. That's why it's
Love
not
is like,
relevant to give
despite
any
of
other
the
definition.
person- despite of the person, right? Like, be forgiven of them. Despite of the person and the actions.
Okay. So again, by your definition, you think you should love everyone, right?
Should we love everyone? I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you should, under your own worldview, love Hitler.
Under my own worldview,
Yeah.
should I love Hitler?
Wow,
No,
dude.
I
The
shouldn't
fa-
love Hitler.
Okay, well that's the logical conclusion of your point. So you shouldn't love everyone.
You shouldn't love everyone. Nah, it's kind of tricky though, because I see the way you're trying to put it.
It's not tricky. It's really not tricky. I can
Technically, you
answer this
should
very simply. I say no, you shouldn't love everyone. There's obviously going to be examples where I'm not going to love the person, right? Like that's insane. To say
Yeah.
that you should love everyone is insane, but that's a commitment you have. That's a commitment you
commitment
have.
I
I
have.
don't have that commitment. You have that commitment, so I'm just testing your commitment. And I'm like, dude, this is absurd.
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I know it sounds crazy and looks crazy, but
No, it's not that it sounds. It is crazy. That's the point I'm making. It's not. It doesn't sound that way. It is crazy.
so you think like you're worthy, right? You're more worthy than Hitler in every single way, right?
I'm more what?
You're more worthy than Hitler.
Are you trolling?
Are you more worthy?
Do you
than
think
Hitler?
I'm more of an ethical person than Hitler? Of fucking course I am. Are you okay? What? Is that even a fucking question to you, dude? That is the most insane shit you've ever fucking said. That is insane. Talk about you always try to call us Nazis. You just tried to equivalent me. Like, what are you talking about?
Chill, bro.
you
Relax,
literally-
relax.
you
I'm
just
trolling,
acted like it's
relax,
equivalent.
relax. I'm trolling you. Relax.
Come on, bro. That's crazy.
Nah,
No,
be
but
honest, be
actually,
honest.
that's
My point-
literally. I'm not gonna lie. That's a commitment you have under your worldview.
Now, what commitment do I have? I don't have any commitment. I'm just saying, like
That we're all sinners.
I feel
You know what I
we're
mean? Like we're all on the same playing field. We're all sinners. Appreciate
we're all
the
horrible
appreciate
people.
the roses.
You heard? We're all horrible people at the end of the day.
You think so? We're all horrible people. So you don't think there's a
Yeah.
distinction between you and Hitler in terms of horrible?
Probably.
Oh,
He just
okay.
fucked up in a different way than I am.
He just fucked up. That's crazy. saying that Hitler just fucked up is actually
No, I'm
disgusting.
saying he fucked up mentally in a different way that I am.
I think I think even comparing the two is crazy. What have you done, dude?
Nothing. I
Did
think I'm a pretty good
did you like put people in like unaliving camps?
person. No.
Right, like millions of people.
No, I did not do
Okay,
it.
so I think we can make a fucking distinction, right?
Of course. There's distinctions, but I'm
Okay,
saying
like-
we're all like you're trying to say like what? There's levels to it. Like there's people that's better than others, basically, in Christ's eyes.
Yeah, but like you're like everyone's fucked. What you're doing is you're equivalating us. But so it's hilarious that from your perspective, from MAGA, they're always like, oh, you guys just try to demonize us, you just try to call us Nazis, and then the same fucking view they have is everyone's fucking terrible. Everyone's a sinner. Everyone's the terrible person. Like, what are you fucking talking about, dude? You just said everyone's a terrible person. And it's us. We're the people. Are you kidding? We're the people trying to call everyone Nazis? That's actually pretty ironic, dude. Chat, this fucking live is cooked, dude. All right, I'm just gonna end it here. Let me see what's going on. I'm gonna figure it out. I am on my old iPad, so like maybe that fucked it up. I don't know. Maybe it fucked it up. Or should I just like try to I say I had a restart, yeah. I'll figure it out. Everyone join Dean while you wait for me, everyone. Go join Dean. Give him a little bit of a boost. Go join Dean. For a second. I'll be right back. What's up, Kara? What's up, Juju? What's up, M? What's up, everyone joining in? What's up, Maximus? What's up, Amelia? How you doing? Everyone tap that screen, share the live, everyone. It will help get out to more people. What's up, everyone joining in? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? How's everyone doing? What's up, Brenna? What's up, Courtney? What's up, You're Safe here? What's up, Nev? What's up, Dahlia? How you doing? What's up, User? What's up, Lunar? What's up, Michaela? What's up, Kaden? What's up, Fatima? How's everyone doing? Do tap that screen. Let's run it up to 100,000 likes. Share the live as well. Everyone will help get out to more people. Appreciate everyone joining in. Hopefully everyone's having a mighty fine day so far. We're going to start getting some people up here in a second. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Someone said, "What's up, good boy?" That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. You've been seeing the edits. Oh, no. Oh, no. The edits, they're going around. Oh, no. All right, we're going to start getting some people up here in a second. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates. We're going to start getting some people up here right now. Yo, Jen, thank you so much for the hand art. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Did you vote Trump?
Listen, bro. Like, can I say something real quick?
Appreciate the team victory. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, I'm 18.
Yeah, did you vote Trump?
Yeah.
What's your birth year? Come
2006. Bro, come on, please, bro, please.
On, man. Come on, bro. Please, bro. Please. I can just tell by that plea that he was. What? This is a debate live, everyone. This is a debate live. What's up? How old are you?
23.
Did you vote Trump?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Because I'm bright. Look at you, Parker, you
What?
scumbag, bro. You're the scum of the earth. I'm gonna be for real. Like every time, bro, like every time I get that crust on my toe, I just think that looks like Parker a little bit.
Okay, like why so?
You and your boyfriend Dean too. Like you guys are both
Why so?
terrible.
Why so? Why
Nah,
is it bad?
nah, shut up. This is my life now, all right? Just sit there and be quiet.
What? Are you okay, bro? Are you okay? I don't know who you think you are, bro.
Oh, I think I'm better than you. That's for sure. You're voting for Kamala Harris, and she lost.
Kamala. So you're gonna say her name correctly, or I'll just kick you from the live.
Sorry,
Weird.
Kamala.
Yeah.
It was a blowout.
Yeah. So
Like,
can
it was
you
a
name one
basketball
Trump
game
economic
blowout.
policy?
No, shut up.
Can you
shut
name
up,
one
shut up.
Trump?
No, shut up. It was a.
I can just mute you. Can you name one Trump economic policy that you like?
Shut up. It was a blowout, Parker.
One?
Do you think how much of a
It
blowout
was not. It was not. It was the lowest
It
popular
was a
win.
blowout.
It was the lowest popular win margin, right? We've seen in like literally like multiple decades. Okay, it was lower than Bush. Okay, it
He
was
won the
lower than
popular vote.
Obama. It
He
was
won the
lower than
popular
like
vote.
basically every person.
She didn't get not one
It
single.
was lower.
swing
You know,
state,
it
bro.
was lower than
Not one
the
single swing state
difference.
she didn't get, bro. She didn't get.
You know, it was lower than the difference between Biden and Trump in 2020.
At least Biden got swing states though. She didn't get one.
Yeah,
she got
that's
zero.
because
She
people
got zip.
attribute. Listen,
Because
that's-
people
that's
were
because
like, you
people
know what? I don't
attribute-
think you should vote for her
listen,
again. That's
Listen, I like how you can't address any of the policy. You don't know any of his policy. You can just reference this. But actually, if you want to reference this, the reason why she lost voters specifically is because people attributed inflation to the incumbent presidency. That would have happened if Biden were the presidential nominee, and if Biden were the presidential nominee, he would have done worse. That's what we could indicate. But Lemon, I want you to answer this question. Name one Trump economic policy. Can you name one Trump economic policy that you influenced to get passed that you like?
I don't have to listen to you. You're like 18 years old, bro. I'm not. Don't even talk to me, bro. All right, you just sit here. And
You
take
literally
this.
said you're younger than me.
No. Quiet. You just sit here and take this part of it like
you're just like trolling. You're just like trolling.
No. Just
Ali,
shut up.
thank you so
Just
much
shut
for
up.
the $3. Thank
Why
you
your
so
eyes
much.
look like that? You got pink eye or something? Just be quiet.
Keep talking.
Just be quiet. Thank you. Yes, I have the
Good
floor.
boy. Good boy.
Thank you. Yes, sir. I am a good boy. Thank you. Thank you. All right, everyone,
Sit.
sit. What the?
Sit. Be quiet. No bark.
You are
No
not
bark.
sick, though.
No bark. No bark. No barking. Sit.
You are not.
Sit.
sick, bro.
Sit. No bark. No bark. Sit.
God.
Sit. No bark. No bark. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Don't even get me started on this. I'm just asking you for one economic policy. Name one economic policy.
Bro, just stop talking, bro. All right, this is my life now, Parker. All right, it's mine.
You're just
All right?
trolling, dude. You're actually
No, be
trolling.
quiet.
I'm gonna kick you.
Oh.
You have one more shot
Yeah.
to answer the question.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, we all know you haven't gotten known since the election, Parker. Just shut up.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a cast request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Joseph, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Yeah. Did you vote? Did you vote Trump?
I didn't vote, but my vote was gonna go towards Trump. Just didn't register in time.
Okay. Why?
But I did go for Trump. I just I'll be the first to tell you, I am a Christian. I don't think this man is a Christian, based off the fruits of the spirit. I don't think he's a good man, but I do think his policies are better and they align more with my values.
Can you name two good Trump economic policies he influenced to get passed?
I do like how he will ban the transgender in sports, military. I'll take him out.
Okay, so you're just like
agree.
against trans people. Why?
To me, I don't agree with it. It doesn't mean I'm a
Can you name one
yeah, I guess I
trans
would have
person?
against
Can you
it.
name one trans person that's dominating sports?
that's dominating sports. We see in the multiple instances. I can't name
Can you
names,
name one
but
person? No.
where men are beating these women in sports because they're
You can't
biologically
give me.
men.
You can't give me a single person's name. So it's clearly not a big enough issue to you for you to even know
It
a
is
single
though,
person's name who's
because we see
dominating.
these women train for X amount of months, and then a man just comes and takes.
So
their
again,
position.
I have a question. Does your God have any biology?
Yep, I've
God
seen the
the
Charlie
Father?
Kirk video. I know where you're going with this.
Does God the Father have any biology?
I know where you're going with this.
What is a father? Can you define to me what a father is? Do you know what that is?
A father. It's a male.
Yeah. What's a father? A male? So God the Father is not a father because he's not male?
He's genderless.
Oh, okay. So he's not a father.
Okay. Yeah. See, I knew you were going with this. I seen the video.
And you have no response? Oh, you could be so mean to trans people, but you're mad when
It doesn't
someone
mean I'm mean
questions
to
you on
them,
your own
dude.
fucking view?
It doesn't mean I'm mean to them, dude.
Yeah, you are. You absolutely. What are you talking about, bro?
So you agree with
you just
transgender
wanted to kick you just wanted to kick trans people out of the military. What's the point of kicking trans people out of the military?
Because they're not true men.
What do you mean? What does that even fucking mean?
They're just
What do you
claiming they're
mean?
men.
What do you mean by man? Can you tell me what a man is? What is a man?
A man is a person with a penis.
Oh, okay. Wait. So I have a question, right? Specifically, you think that anyone who does not have a penis is not a man?
You're gonna go. I know where you're going. You're gonna go with intersex here.
No.
But anyone who does not have, yeah, I would say so.
You would say so?
Yes.
So would you want him going into women's restrooms?
Would I want him going into women's restrooms? It's a transgender person. I'm not.
No. Would you want him going into women's restrooms?
Based off how he looks initially, no.
No. No. Well, he's a trans man.
Yep, I knew you were going.
So biologically female, but you don't base it on that for some reason. Why? I'm confused.
Okay, but like you're giving me an instance where they're just right there.
But not only that, like if
Based
every
off the
father is a
initial
man,
look.
if you're
Based
saying
off the
every
initials.
if you're saying every father is a man, and you require a penis in order to be considered a man under your worldview, well then God the Father isn't a man, right?
Okay,
So not
God
all
just
fathers are
referred to-
men.
Okay, he just referred to as a he. Jesus is God, and he came down to earth as a man.
Yeah, so why are you respecting the pronouns of your God, right? Respecting the gender identity of your God, but you're not willing to do that for trans people.
He's God. He is way more powerful than any one of us.
That's totally irrelevant, right? Why are you respecting the gender identity and pronouns of God, right, but not the gender identity and pronouns of trans people?
Okay, but man created those pronouns of the transgender people. It was created by.
Under your view,
Yes,
actually,
sir.
God created it.
How
Do
did
you have
God create it?
Adrian, do you have pronouns?
Do I have pronouns? Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, everyone has pronouns. So what's the issue with pronouns when it comes to trans people?
Okay, but they're using them just to claim someone they're not. Like, just
What?
because if I claim to be a she, does that make me a girl, dude?
Wait. So, okay. So God claims to be a man, claims to be
He
a
doesn't-
father, but you don't think he's a man or a father?
It's genderless.
Because again,
dude.
he
It's
doesn't
hard-
have biology. So
it's
he's
hard to
non-binary.
explain.
So,
This
so
is the
God,
problem.
so God's non-binary.
Us, no, God is not non-binary.
No. What
He's
do you
just
mean? Then?
genderless.
So that's what non-binary means.
All right, look, that's okay. That doesn't mean he's
So
non-binary.
God is
dude.
non-binary.
I knew you were going with this.
So are you saying God's pronouns are they them?
Okay, no, it's in the Bible. He's referred to as he.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't have any biology, yet you still use he him pronouns?
It's just the way he's referred to. It doesn't make him a man or a woman.
Oh, okay. So you use the pronouns that trans people want you to, right?
Okay, if I call you a she, does that make you a woman?
No, you just be incorrectly using my pronouns.
Right. So just because we call God a he doesn't make him doesn't have a gender on him.
Oh, so he's not a he? We're incorrectly using it when we say he?
I'm not saying
No,
that.
it's
I'm just saying
actually
it doesn't-
his
it
real
doesn't
pronouns are they
automatically assign
them,
him a
right?
gender. It doesn't
Are you
make
saying
him-
God's pronouns, real pronouns, are they them?
I'm not saying that, dude.
No, okay, so then what are you saying?
I'm just saying he's genderless. It's just he's just referred to. Why are you so caught up on this? What does this have to do with transgender people?
Well, what I'm saying is that your basis for the gender term that we're using is sociological in some connotations when you
Okay,
reference God.
I'm not-
but for some reason, the sociological connotation that you're using, right, just somehow excludes trans people.
I don't have
Like,
any.
I'm like, dude, what are you talking about?
I don't have any hate towards transgender people. I just don't agree
You
with
do.
them.
That's literally the first thing you brought up. I asked, what policy do you like of Trump's? And you literally brought up the fact that he wanted to like limit trans people from the
transgender
military.
sports and stuff.
From the
And
military.
sports, and
Right? Wait,
sports.
what's the reason of kicking trans people out of the military?
Because military fighting is meant for the men.
Whoa! So you think women should be kicked out of the military?
Do I think no? I don't.
What? What? What?
All right. Look.
What are you saying, bro? Okay, so you think so trans people? What's the reason why you want to kick them out of the military?
Okay, look. Okay, maybe. All right. Let's refrain.
No, can you
I
tell me
was
what's
just-
the reason you want to kick trans people out of the military? Because to me, it just sounds like you just don't like trans people.
Okay. A lot of people go in the military and they
You're cutting out. You're cutting out, Adrian. The MAGA mobile is taking over.
Oh, shoot, my fault. All right, can you hear me now? Fine.
Yeah, sadly.
All right, can you hear me fine now?
Yeah.
All right. I'm being respectful, dude. I'm actually being very respectful. So,
Really.
okay. All right. Maybe I shouldn't have said. I don't mean women can't be in the military. I'll just say
But that's what you were
trans
just
people
arguing.
because they think. Okay, yeah, my mistake. I refrained. My apologies, guys.
Why shouldn't trans people be allowed in the military?
Because they think they're capable of more like a woman turning to a man. They think they have the capability of a man could do, and they get put in different positions, and then they realize they're not. They're not capable
What?
because men and women are just built differently.
I
Genetically,
have a question. Do you think trans women should be allowed to be in the military?
do trans women should be allowed in the military?
Yeah.
I think if they're a trans woman, they should be put in the position that the man's supposed to be put in.
So okay, so you're saying a trans woman should be allowed in the military?
If they're gonna be put in the position what they have to
I'm
be,
just
which
asking you,
is
should trans women be allowed in the military?
obviously it happens right now. There's no denying it. So
I'm asking
I
you,
don't-
do you think trans people should be allowed in military?
No, I don't.
No. So trans women shouldn't be allowed in the military? What's the reason why trans women shouldn't be allowed in the military?
because then they get put in these positions where they're just like the sports. They're just obviously they're gonna
What?
completely dominate these things.
Dominate? They're gonna dominate in the military? Isn't that what you want? Don't you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Dude, he's like he's like trans people are just too good in the military, right?
All right, let's-
that we
let's-
shouldn't
let's-
allow them to be a part of the military. What are you
All right.
saying?
I guess I spoke too soon on this. I don't know much about this military thing, but let's go
What
to the
is this
sport.
guy saying, bro?
Let's-
What is this guy saying? Dude, it just sounds like you don't like trans people. Why shouldn't trans people
I
be
don't
allowed in the
agree
military?
with them. It doesn't mean I hate them, dude.
Can you tell me? Okay, can you tell me why trans people shouldn't be allowed in the military?
All right, dude. Okay, they can be in the military. There. Let's just stay on that. But what
No, but you just said they should be banned. I think you still believe that.
I said I agree with him taking them out, but a complete ban. I never said I agree with all that.
That's what you just said. You literally just said you wanted a ban. Adrian, are you okay mentally right now?
Am I okay
Are you-
mentally? What do you mean? How wouldn't I be okay mentally?
Like are you okay? Like, did you like just wake up or something?
Why are you saying that?
I don't know. These points kind of just sound like incoherent. It's like
Okay, you're right. I'm not gonna-
It's like when I just wake up in the morning and I'm like, I have to like load into the map. I'm
All
like
right, I'll give it-
70% loaded in.
I'll give it to you. I'm not gonna be one of those ignorant, arrogant people. I do have really bad points, and a lot of them don't make sense. I'll give that to you. Like, you're definitely winning me in this part. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those arrogant, prideful people who are gonna be like, oh, like F you this, F you that. But so I'll give you that. But let's, since I don't know this military topic, let's go to the sport aspect of it. We see a lot of these women or men who claim to be women just dominating these women in sports, and it's not fair.
Okay, can you name one trans person?
I can't off the top
I
of my
can't
head.
name a single one. Do you watch women's sports?
Do I watch women's sports? Not really. No, I don't watch women's sports.
Then why is this an issue to you?
Because it's still not fair to those people, dude.
When have you cared about women's rights?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Why don't? Tell me.
You literally,
why-
you literally are voting for a guy that has led to women dying, right? Because they can't get access to basic medical care, because their state restricted their access to abortion, or great victims were forced to go through pregnancies. What the fuck are you talking about? If you're so pro women, why'd you vote a guy in that was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
I just
Who
said.
bragged about walking into changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote unquote owns the place. If you actually cared about women, you wouldn't have voted for Trump. What the hell type of bullshit, crazy, fucking insane shit are you talking about that you're happy about Donald Trump winning because he's going to restrict trans people because you're like trying to look out for women for one fucking time out of every other circumstance? No, you just hate trans people. You don't give a shit about women. You never gave a shit about women when you voted for Donald Trump. When you went to the ballot box and you were like, I'm going to fucking put my vote in for Trump. You didn't care about women then. But you care about women as soon as it means restricting trans people from being in basic and fucking normal sports?
Dude, I've stated to you earlier, Trump's not a good guy. He's a terrible. We're all terrible people. I'm saying I'm not looking at a man like how he is himself.
No, we're not all terrible people, Adrian.
Yes, we are.
That's an
We are
insane
all
fucking.
terrible
Okay,
people.
is a
We are.
6-year-old a terrible person?
Yes, that we all born into sinful nature.
This is what I fucking. You think an infant's a terrible person? You think an infant
we're
is
all born
terrible?
in-
What the fuck are you talking about? What did
We're
an
all born
infant
into
do?
sinful nature.
What did the infant do? They didn't do shit. How is it a terrible person?
We're still all born into a
It's a
sinful
fucking
nature.
newborn. How did the fucking newborn do anything wrong? Wait,
We're
so
still
wait,
all born
wait,
in sin, dude.
wait, dude. So
So you.
how does that
doesn't
make?
mean-
How is an infant a terrible person? Like, what the fuck are you saying, dude? What does that even
A
fucking
6-year-old
mean? Me as a newborn, I was a terrible person. What the fuck? are you
You're
talking
still
about?
born into sin with sin.
But okay, so you're saying prior to birth, right? Like in the womb, right? I'm not born into sin yet. So I was okay. I was okay prior, like when I was in the womb. But once I'm out of the womb, then I'm a fucking terrible person. Because you said I was only born into sin. So prior to birth,
I would say
was I okay?
prior to that, you're pretty innocent minded. You're not
Oh,
gonna know.
come on, dude.
You learn over
No
time.
fucking way, man. This is crazy as fuck, dude. No way. You actually are insane, dude.
How am I
Dude, I
insane?
can't believe it. You think in the womb it's innocent, and then as soon as it's out of the womb, they're fucking terrible?
You didn't
What
let me
type of
finish. You cut
crazy
me
fucking
off.
shit is
You
this?
cut me off.
Oh, please fix it.
You come. I said, up to a certain age, you're innocent before you start learning things over time. But you're still
what
born
age?
into sin.
What
it
age?
doesn't. To me, I would say maybe 8 or 9 is where you start realizing, like, oh, these
Okay,
things.
but you're born into sin, so you're terrible people at
But you're
at
still born
infancy.
into sin.
So are you
I say
terrible?
we're all terrible. We're all
So-
terrible people.
Okay, so infants are terrible. Newborns are terrible people. In the womb, are they terrible too?
I'm not saying, but
Adrian,
All right,
are fetuses terrible?
our fetus is terrible.
Are embryos terrible people? I'm sorry you have to
born
critically
into-
think for the first time in your life.
You're still born into sin, dude.
Yeah, but they haven't been born yet. They haven't
I'm
been
being-
born yet. So
Hey,
how
dude,
the
I'm
fuck
being,
can they be
I'm being
born into
pretty
sin?
respectful, and I'm giving you props when you're getting me. And,
I'm
you're
sorry.
just
I'm sorry, but
why
like,
you-
come on, because it's insane and you can't see it.
Okay. Let's get.
Come on,
Let's
you
get
know
past-
this is insane. This is insane. You're saying they're born into sin, so you're saying
We
when
are
they're in the
born into
womb that they're not
sin.
terrible?
Honestly, man, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what to say on this part of the topic. Like, I'm not gonna start spewing things out because I don't know. I'm not gonna start pulling things out of nowhere.
No,
I
but
don't
like,
know what
are
to
they?
say on this
Answer the question,
part.
are they terrible people when they're fetuses prior to birth?
Like I said, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say at all to that. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I know it's a yes or no question, but I don't know how I'd respond to that because there's more behind it.
Okay.
But okay, let's get past the infant thing. Like I said, I don't know what to say, but let's just say when you start realizing things and you realize what's wrong and what's good. I say that's when you can start, I guess, saying like, oh, you're aware of your sin. If you keep doing it, this, that, you're terrible. We're all terrible people.
Yeah, so if you keep restating the claim, I'm just going to ask you how you identify that they're terrible. If you can't give me an answer on why they're terrible, you should stop repeating the claim.
About how, because we keep rebelling against God.
Okay? But when has an infant done that?
I just said, can we, like, let's get past this infant topic? Because I don't know what to say. I've already stated that to you, man.
Then stop making the claim. Because that's the reductio of your view.
How is it bad to make that claim, though, that we're terrible people?
You said you don't want to talk about the reason why it's bad. Like,
I said I don't know how to answer the infant topic because it is a
which
tricky
the
topic.
reductio of your view. So when I show you that it's bad, you're like, oh, I don't want to think about this right now. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't. It's a hard question to answer. I don't. It's just a hard question to answer.
Because it's incoherent and it's obviously unreasonable.
How's it unreasonable?
Libby, thank you so much for the $5. Susan, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That is a good idea. Rogue, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. And Luna, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much, Luna. And JW, thank you for the description. Sorry, what was your question, Adrian?
How is it a bad thing to claim, though?
How's what a bad thing to claim?
The Bible says we're all evil, wicked sinners.
Because it's insane. Like, do you think your mom's a wicked, evil sinner?
Yes.
You think your mom is?
Yes, I am too. You are too. Everyone is.
You think your infant kid is gonna be?
Yeah.
As an infant.
As an infant, they're
Why?
gonna look.
Because they're born into sin?
Yeah, we are. Okay. Do you think?
Okay, so
do you
prior to birth, were they? Prior to birth, were they
Prior to birth.
were they terrible people?
were they terrible? But they're not even on Earth So how does that make
They're
sense?
not even on Earth.
It's prior to Earth.
You don't think a fetus is on Earth? What the fuck?
Yeah, I do
What?
think a fetus is on Earth.
Okay, so then as a fetus, right? Were they terrible people?
But we're talking about physical right now. You're physically here. Your body's
fetus is physically there.
in the womb, though. That's
What is that?
I don't know about abortion much, man. That's why I didn't want to touch on abortion.
This isn't even abortion. I'm just asking you, dude. Like, as a fetus,
But
do you
it's
think is a
it's
terrible
related
person?
to the womb stuff.
Or do you think it's
As a
not a
fetus,
person until
I-
birth?
According to my logic, I know the answer is yes.
That it's a person when it's born?
That is a person. What do you mean? Wait, I didn't hear.
Wait, when does a person begin? Like, when does it become a person?
When does a person begin?
Yeah. When does personhood begin?
I'd say the moment the sperm enters the egg. That's what I would say.
Okay, so obviously personhood begins prior to this point. So are they terrible people prior to birth? Because you said they're born into sin.
I mean, if I say no, according to my logic, it's a yes. So I guess I would just say yes, according to my logic.
Yeah, they're terrible people. So a fetus is a terrible person. What has the fetus done?
But we're all. See, that's hard to answer. I'm talking about the moment they're physically.
What
like,
has an embryo
brought
done?
out
What is it?
in-
What?
I'm talking
what is
about
a
the
zy- you said
physical
a
moment they come out of their mother.
Adrian, you said a zygote is a terrible person. What did the zygote do? What did it do? It's a single cell organism. What did the zygote do?
Dude, I'm talking about the moment they literally come straight from the womb. Like they come out and they're physically in the world now. I'm not talking about when they're in the mother's womb.
They're physically in the world. Then I don't know what you're talking about. Bro thinks that the fetus like materializes at birth.
But they're not here yet. They can't do anything physically right now.
What do you mean they're not here yet?
They're not out. They're not in
You
the
said
world. What
personhood
else
begins
do I
at
know?
conception.
It does.
So they're there
Yeah, they're. Oh my gosh.
at conception.
All right, I'm gonna be real. Hey,
Pops, thank you for the $3. Thank you so much.
I've never,
probably
like-
joined Dean.
I'm sure. Back up.
What's
I've
up?
never really like. I'm not a good debater. Like obviously, like you're killing me in this. I'm not gonna cap. So I'll back out. Like I said, I'm not gonna be ignorant and start spouting out things because I'm pissed off.
Yeah,
or
yeah, but
anything.
you also should stay critical of your views, right? Because,
What
like,
do you
yeah,
mean?
sure. Like, I mean, yeah, stay critical of your views. Because, like, the reason why I'm like giving you these types of responses to show you that a lot of your views are insane, right? And that you should
But-
critically think about those views. And that happens for everyone. I've had views in the past that I would be like, oh my god, that was such a crazy view. Then, you know what I mean? Like, I've had views like that in the past. So that's
You're
like,
giving me crazy
natural
instances,
progression.
and you know they're hard to answer.
That's exactly the reason why I'm giving you them. That's what critical thinking is. I know it's a hard thing to answer. I know it's hard to grapple with, but that's what we do in debates. That's like it's like doing a complicated move in a chess match, right? Like, should I not be allowed to do the complicated move because I've played more chess? Like, what?
I mean, I get what you're trying to like do here, and like I said, obviously it's hard for. I get it's a trick question, like because according to my logic,
It's not a
it has
trick
to be.
question. It's
But
called like a reductio ad absurdum. It's like it's to show you the errors within your view.
But I answer yes, you're gonna be like, oh, you're crazy, this, that. I answer no, you're like, oh, according to your logic, it doesn't. So it's just a trap question.
That's what reductio ad absurdums are. That's how you utilize logic. I'm showing you how like the principles you give within morality don't make sense.
How doesn't
That's
it
like
make
that's
sense?
like saying you
though?
set up a trap in chess.
Oh yeah,
It
you
was a
can't set
trap.
traps.
Yeah, that's just how debates work, right? The same way that's how chess works.
And I just stated like I don't really do this stuff often.
I understand, and that's fine. I get it.
Like I'm not gonna be one of those people over here acting like
Ashley, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Wow.
it, Ashley. And Libby, thank you for the $5. Adrian,
that's just.
are you okay? What were you saying?
The thing with you is you want a logical point for absolutely everything.
Yes.
Like everything has to be logical.
Yes.
Like if we live based off everything logically, then it's kind of a sad way to live.
How is it sad to live using logic? Jesus Christ, dude.
Basically, you're living your whole life. Everything has to be
Lily, think of the $10. I do not know if that's reliable. I would look at AP News, Lily. Sorry, what were you saying, Adrian?
It's everything that you live. You only believe it if it makes logical sense. It's just like, obviously, there's no way to prove God or disprove God. So it logically doesn't make sense. So I'm good on that and everything.
Okay, all right, Adrian, have a good day, man. Appreciate you coming up. All right, everyone. I'm gonna go join. Is Dean still live, everyone? This iPad doesn't fucking work. It does not work. It makes it worse, actually, dude. I didn't think that could be possible. All right, should we go join Dean? All right, everyone, go join Dean. Look up, it's Dean with 2 A's, 2 N's. I'm going to join him for a bit. It's Dean with 2 A's, 2 N's, everyone. It's Dean with 2 A's, 2 N's. Love y'all so much. So I'll see y'all in a second. Go join Dean. Go join Dean right now. Join Dean. Join Dean. Dean! Join him! Join him! All right, I love y'all. How you doing? What's your opinion on Kirby? You mean like the video game? Sick. Like the video game character? Sick. That's cool. I like it. What's up, Antonio? Based Kirby from the game. What's up, Laura? What's up, Prince? What's good, everyone joining in? We're gonna start getting some people up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Did you vote Trump?
I did vote Trump. So what do you think about how Biden just basically gave Ukraine all these
Everything they
nukes
told-
and these weapons, and they're basically allowing them to
They're
bomb
not
Russia?
nukes. They're not nukes.
They're missiles.
Okay.
So why is this is literally going to start World War III?
Why hasn't it already?
Because he just gave it to them, dude.
No, they've
like
already done
what was it a couple days ago?
They've already done it. So why hasn't it happened?
Already done what? What do you mean? They've already bombed them?
They've already used them.
Well, yeah, that means that World War III is about to start, man.
No, how
And
come
it's
it
all
hasn't
because
already?
Huh?
How come it hasn't already?
Because, dude, he just gave him the missiles a couple days ago. It takes a few days for.
It not really.
What do you
Like,
mean?
that
It
stuff
just
would
happened a
happen
couple days ago. Did it
immediately.
not, Parker?
It would happen immediately.
How?
What do you mean? You don't think
And
that
now, do you not
international
see that
bodies
France-
have a response time?
France and the UK are now wanting to send troops over there. What's up with that?
They're not gonna send troops into like Ukraine.
But how
We're gonna
come
push the love?
move the news? France and UK. They're sending troops over there.
Hey,
now, Parker.
I have a question. Do you want to like give Russia the land?
No, see, I don't think that would be
So
a
then
good
what's
idea.
your
either.
view? Well, what do you want to do?
We got to end the war.
So how do you end the war?
You basically, obviously, I mean, there's no such. I mean, people say good and evil.
Do you
There's
make Ukraine join NATO?
Sure, that would be good.
Isn't that what Russia didn't want in the first place?
Yeah, actually, I mean, well, the thing is, NATO has all of its own issues. NATO's not even that good of a
So
alliance.
it shouldn't be. Yeah, you're an idiot. So you
I'm
should.
an idiot, dude.
Yes. I'm
How?
sorry.
Explain.
You think NATO isn't a good alliance? What are you talking about? What do you think is the reason why they want to join NATO? Like all those countries in Europe because
For
they don't want to be
safety?
invaded.
For safety?
No fucking shit. There you go.
Yeah,
Safety.
but guess what?
You
That's
just
not
conceded.
real, Parker.
That's not real. What?
NATO
Then
is.
why isn't NATO
NATO's a
been
thing,
invaded?
right? NATO's a thing, but it's a made-up fallacy. Basically,
Made up fallacy. Are you trolling?
Am I trolling? Parker, listen, it's obviously not made up, it's real, but it's just to provide people and these citizens in the country, they want to just make them seem like they're safe when they're not.
Okay, you sound insane, right? It is the case that
I sound insane.
actively, if you're in NATO, you're not going to get invaded.
Tell me how, if Kamala Harris was president, how would she do better than Trump to help prevent World War III?
Yeah, she wouldn't advocate for nuking hurricanes. She wouldn't advocate for use of nuclear weapons in crazy manners.
Yeah, that's just another just like thing that you guys bring up, nuking hurricanes. How would that?
I mean, is that what he said? Did he say that? Yes or no?
He might have, but who cares?
He did. He did. So, like, if he's willing to nuke hurricanes, who's more likely to use a nuke? Probably him.
Well, on a hurricane, that's not going to
I
hurt
don't think.
anyone.
I don't think World War III is going to happen.
You don't think so?
No,
Why?
because I'm not like fucking fear mongered into believing delusional shit. Appreciate the love banning. Thank you so much.
But look at what's happening around us, Parker. Everyone, they know what's happening. You're the only person apparently that doesn't, and it's sad.
Yeah.
That's why we're trying to help you understand these things, but it's just it is sad.
You couldn't. Are you trolling, dude?
Trolling for what?
Can you give me 2 Trump policies you like?
No tax on tips was good. And
That,
the
like he
tax
passed.
that he passed when he was in office.
Mm-hmm.
If I was actually at my desk right now, I have a whole notebook and it's like filled.
Asking for 2 off the top of your head. Do you know 2?
The tax cut. What was it called? The middle class tax cut, or the what was it? The Jobs Act.
Tax Cuts and Jobs Act.
Yeah, that one was
What
good.
else?
What was the other one? He basically there was something he did for like the elementary schools. He gave like $30 billion to elementary schools or something.
No.
Look it
What
up,
policy?
dude.
What policy?
You want me to think of like the exact
Yes.
numbers and everything?
No, just the name of the policy. Like you gave me the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, right?
Yeah, that one was good.
That one is dog shit.
How?
We
See,
spent
you're lying to yourself.
$1.9
This is
trillion
why
over 10 years in debt-related spending, which is $190 billion a year for $10 billion in GDP growth, less than $2 billion in federal revenues. That is dog
listen,
shit.
Parker, you guys can sit up here and say all these numbers and whatever you want to say, but there's a reason why Donald Trump won. Okay, bud? There's a reason why.
Yeah,
And he
you're
also
trolling.
won. He won the popular.
Person is totally trolling. Phoenix,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you not realize that person was trolling?
Who, me?
All right. Wait. What state do you live in?
UK.
Bruh, what are you doing in the get? What are you doing, bro? Dude, this is what I mean. We got like literally bots from other countries, like in the comments section, who are like paid by Russia. I'm just kidding. Sid, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Fucking faggot. He's
What?
looking for a roommate. He wants to move wherever he's at.
All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link trees in the bio. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Thank you for the hand art. Thank you so much. DJ, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much. All right, let's get this next person up here. All right, let's get this next individual up. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Sup, my nigga?
What the fuck? Wilma, thank you so much. I appreciate the dollar. Thank you so much on PayPal. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
27.
You just like change your name and your profile picture, bro? What the fuck's wrong with you?
What are you talking about, Parker?
You sound the same, dude. I can tell, dude. What's up? How old are you?
19.
Did you support Trump?
No.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Okay. What's wrong with my guest box right now? Everyone keep tapping the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, hi, I'm 21. Or sorry, 22.
Did you vote Trump?
No, but can we do a Q&A pretty please?
In a bit. In a bit. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
14, and I supported Brent Pearson.
All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Melissa, thank you so much for the $1. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, TikTok's just been fucking weird recently. It's been like 70% following every time I go live. Some people have been saying because it's like social unrest or whatever that exists. I don't know. I think it's just TikTok being fucking shitty. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, me, I'm over 50.
Okay, bro, what is going on? Hey, everyone, please only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Yeah, I need to get a contact that TikTok. It's so brutal, dude. It's so fucking brutal. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Yeah, did you vote Trump?
I did.
Why so?
Well, the reason why I vote for Trump is because I think Biden is to blame for how expensive the housing is for two main reasons. I think one is he's lenient. I feel like he's lenient towards the immigrants. You know, we see Trump promising to deport all the illegal immigrants, and you know these immigrants are driving up the prices. I think you can agree on that through demand, right?
Oh, okay. So, but you also would argue that they build up supply as well, right? So
For housing?
Yeah, of course. So
Well,
that's one thing, and then two, as it relates to this, in terms of housing costs, right? If you're just going to attribute it to people in the economy, higher labor force.
Right. I'm not talking about aggregate demand. I'm talking about specifically the demand and supply for housing. Right. Mm-hmm. So it's like, how are they? I don't understand how they're going to
higher labor force.
Right. But I'm just talking about housing, just housing. Okay. I'm saying that
I understand if there's a higher labor force, there's going to be a greater level of production of housing. Greater
right. But there's not enough
capacity of an economy.
There's not enough land to build the housing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there is.
Not where I'm from. Maybe in other areas.
Where?
I live in a city.
Okay, I live in Los Angeles.
Okay, but I don't live in Los Angeles, but yeah.
Okay, well we can we can incentivize people to go to plenty of places around the United States, right? It doesn't have to just be.
How would you do it?
Yeah, but Push the Galaxy. Thank you so much, Taishi. Thank you so much. Providing tax incentives for people to move towards rural communities.
Do you think? Okay, but what if they don't want to live in rural communities? Well, I guess you could provide incentives. All right, and can I get to my other reason why? And the other reason why I think he also increased demand is people do not want to sell their house due to these like really high interest rates. So they're not going to want to sell their house and buy a new house. And I think that he's to blame because of the what he spent.
Interest rates relate to the Federal Reserve.
No, that's the Fed. But listen, why? You know why that is? Because of inflation, right? And why is there inflation? Because he approved what 5.4 trillion.
Oh, if you want to talk about spending, Trump signed off on 8.4 trillion overall, 4.8 trillion non-COVID related. For the Trump administration, Trump Biden-Harris administration, 4.3 trillion overall, 2.2 trillion non-COVID related. So Trump literally spent more COVID and non-COVID related spending.
Right. So that's true. Then why didn't what was I going to say? Yeah. Then why didn't the Fed? If that was such a problem at that point in time, then why didn't the Fed raise the interest rates then?
Chat, what about your PFP is a grapist? What is it?
Oh, dude, I hate Conor McGregor. No, okay. So, do you know who Conor McGregor is?
Oh, that's Conor McGregor. I can't even see it because it's such a small thing. I'm just gonna kick him out. Not surprising that he literally supports multiple people who have done that. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
49.
What state do you live in? Dude, it's just like the same people over and over again because it's like the following glitch. TikTok is so annoying. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Where's the entire? Hello? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
Did you vote Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Why so?
Just because he won't tax my overtime anymore.
Because there won't be overtime.
Yeah, I know, but I still work more than the allotted amount of time that he suggested.
Yeah, but if there won't be overtime, then how are you gonna get any extra money? You're gonna lose money.
There will still be overtime, so it's just if you work.
Doesn't Project 2025 want to get rid of overtime?
No. So it's over 160 hours of overtime, right? Once
you'll have zero.
No, so 160 hours a week. So not 160 hours a week. 40 hours a week times 4 is 160 hours. So if you work 160 hours in a month, then you already are over the amount of that taxable overtime. I work in a union, and that union will be able to, they're able to make it so that overtime will not be taxed.
Yeah, so again, if there is no overtime, then it won't be taxed.
There's still overtime. Like it's 160 hours a month, right?
No, Project 2025 wants to get rid of overtime. And you can't even ignore the fact that Trump has affiliations. He's put people in Project 25 to help to author it, right, in his administration.
Yeah, but Project 2025 just says 160 hours. That is in 1 month of time. And that will still make it so I work 54 hours a week right now. By the third week, I'm already hitting that untaxed overtime.
Okay. We're not even having the same conversation right now because you're not responding to me. Okay. Right. Did you also know that he wants to increase tariffs, which will cause your prices to go up? Gas, groceries, housing development.
Yeah, but it's like rolling the dice. It's rolling the dice with any politician.
What do you mean rolling the dice? He told you what he supports.
Yeah. So the tariffs is like.
Did you know that Trump is anti-union too?
Yeah, I know he's anti-union. What I'm trying to say is that for just the short run, maybe it'll make me more money. But if he doesn't completely destroy my union,
do you make over $400K a year?
Fuck no.
You're not. You're gonna pay more because of his tariffs.
Well, if you buy locally and you don't buy like T-shirts that are made in China and clothing that is made.
Corgi, even if you buy stuff that's made in the United States, it will go up in price because it's a lower supply.
Yeah, it's lower.
So that will increase the price.
But it's like for the long run though. Like
it's for the long run. So you want inflation?
No, I don't want inflation right now. It's just
that's what tariffs are going to do. So fuck around, and find out.
Yeah, it's fuck around and find out. But what I'm
seriously, prices are about to go up. You're like you just don't even realize.
No,
I push the dollar.
I already know. I can't argue that. There's already corporations that are like raising taking away people's bonuses and doing stuff as such just because the imports that they're going to have to do is going to make it so their employees are going to have to get paid less. And I can't argue that. But bringing back jobs to America in the long run could benefit us. It's not something that you could argue that it won't.
It'll decrease the size of the U.S. economy, force increases in prices specifically for American consumers.
In the short run.
That will cause... No, I'm talking about in the long run. These things will be more expensive in the long run.
No. Not in the long run.
Jocelyn, think of the corgi. Yes, they will be.
Because if we started...
Because if they would be cheaper than what they currently are... Well, that would mean that they'd be currently produced in the United States, but they're not currently produced in the United States because it costs more and they got priced out of the market.
So I know right now, for example, with the Biden bill, we are already building like a microchip plant in the United States. And that microchip plant could produce billions of dollars. That alone could
The Chips and Science Act. So you support the Chips and Science Act?
Yeah. There's not. So you have to.
That's what the Biden-Harris administration did, not what Trump did.
Exactly. I know, and I'm not disputing that in any way, shape, or form. All I'm saying is that if we have more.
Well, wait. Actually, 1 second. Think of the hint art. CRC.
Yeah, you
How am I
call it
wrong?
that. So you're being disingenuous with the tariff conversation, because if you listen to what they're trying to say, they're saying that we're going to reciprocate tariffs. So like the auto industry, we're getting 100% tariffs from Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and overseas people. We're going to implement those same 100% tariffs for Ford and Chevy in hopes that they're going to come down. And if not, hopefully then, I don't know, maybe people will buy Ford and Chevys overseas. But what I expect to happen is Mercedes and BMW prices will come down in America.
So no, one thing that you don't understand is that tariffs will cause a decrease in the supply, right, which will cause an increase in the price. Secondly, what you're not understanding is that Trump wants universal tariffs on every good coming into the country.
That's not
20%.
what he said. That's not what he said recently.
He said
and neither has his
20%.
Commerce Secretary, Howard Leskin. That person that's going to be enacting these policies, him and Scott Bessness, have both said
He
that
ran
they're
on
not
20%
looking to do
tariffs.
that. Yeah, but
He
that's
ran on
not what he's
20%
recently
tariffs.
said. He just recently, since being elected,
So are you saying he's
has said
gone
he's
back
going to
on his
reciprocate.
tariff policy?
That's what he always does. He always goes very wide
so he
and
always goes
very
back in.
grand.
He's not consistent.
So no,
Mhm.
he rears it back in when he understands what's actually achievable in politics. He's not going to go and
He
try
can do
to
that.
put
Wait,
tariffs on
but he doesn't
everything.
have to go to Congress. He doesn't have to go to Congress for that.
He doesn't have to go to Congress for what? I lost you there.
For tariffs.
Yeah, but he's also a smart businessman. He's not going to do tariffs on something that we're not making locally.
Victoria,
That's
think
why
of the
he's going to look
$1.11.
to put.
He said universal tariffs. He explicitly said universal tariffs. You can't walk yourself around that.
He said that during the campaign season, but since being elected, he has said he's only going to make reciprocating tariffs, not universal. He said reciprocating.
He said
yes,
universal,
he has
though. He ran on universal. Do you agree he ran on universal?
Agreed. Do you agree that since being elected, he has said that he's going to only enact reciprocating tariffs?
I don't know if he's specifically only qualified one or the other. He still hasn't been put in office, so obviously he's not necessarily going to prescribe universal. But even if it's reciprocal, it still is negatively impactful to the U.S. economy.
To an extent, but what if it does actually result in prices for Mercedes and other cars
It
coming
wouldn't
down?
go down. They would still increase prices. Because if they could produce it here where it costs more, that's still an increase in the price.
It's going to increase the price if they decide to just let us match the tariff prices. If they decide to negotiate and say, okay, we'll come down to 50%, then prices could get lower, no?
Come down
we don't
to
know how the
50% for
negotiation
what?
would go. If
I
let's say
promise you they wouldn't go
Japan,
lower.
well, let's say Japan and Germany in negotiations, or anybody out there in their negotiations, are now going to say,
What's the
instead of the
incentive if the
100%
tariff isn't in
tariff,
place? What's the incentive if the
because,
tariff
right-
is not in place?
what's the incentive for the other country?
For the other companies, if their tariff is not in place.
I'm not following. The incentive for who?
For them to produce in the United States at lower prices.
Well, it would incentivize Americans to purchase American made in this stance.
So it would increase demand for American made, which cause prices of American made to go up.
The American made wouldn't go up. It would make the Mercedes Benz go up because we're now going to enact 100% tariff on them.
Wait,
because
so it would make both go up because there's a lower supply of imported goods, and then there's also greater demand on domestic goods.
it could make both go up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so that's inflation.
Inflation
So
because prices are going up as a whole.
So you said I'm wrong, I'm fake news, and then you just acknowledged that what I said was correct.
No, that's why
You just
are you
did.
spinning the conversation.
You
that
just
way?
did that.
You have a matter of fact way of saying how tariffs are going to go. We have no idea how the negotiations on a
We do.
per
Do you know
case
how
instance are going to go.
Wait, are you saying economists don't know how tariffs work?
What economists are you talking about? Because plenty have differing opinions on it.
Yeah, you can reference people on the right wing like Milton Friedman and still come up with the same result. He thinks that reciprocal tariffs are bad as well. That guy's a fucking Austrian economics individual.
All right.
I don't agree with tariffs across the board being something that we want to enact, but we have to understand that certain instances
He's even against
make
reciprocal
sense.
tariffs.
Well, I disagree with that.
Dude, all right.
Okay, why?
Tariffs in the short term, no matter what, is going to make inflation brutal. Like, paying for clothing in the next 5 years is going to be ridiculous because there is currently like 2 clothing companies that make clothing in the United States, and it won't change anything if there was a bunch of if we started ramping up the like clothing industry in the United States. Nothing will change in the next 5 years. Everything Trump is for the long run. And that is the only reason I can even see people get behind him. I voted for Harris in 2020. I'm just going to get out of here. But I think there's...
Harris was not a candidate in 2020.
2020. Thank you.
No,
Good job,
2024.
Parker.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right. Yeah. You guys are quick on your feet. Good for you. But I'm just
You
saying...
voted for Harris in 2024?
Yeah, I did.
But you just said you voted for Trump. That's the whole reason you were up here.
Yeah, I know. And I'm just trying to play both sides. And what I'm trying to say is...
Okay, well, bye.
Okay.
Well, for another reason, I don't know if you want to get into my reasons for voting for Trump, besides just the tariffs, even though it is something that interests me. But I'm also interested, kind of in conjunction with it, his pro-Bitcoin stance, because in my mind, I can't understand
Bitcoin
how...
matters more than women's rights. Bitcoin matters more than the environment. Bitcoin matters more than people's expanded access to healthcare. Bitcoin matters more than the fact that we had a candidate in office that sexually assaulted a woman.
Well, where I'm going with Bitcoin is the fact that we have an unmanageable debt that we cannot get out of. And I can't believe that a consumer-based economy, which we are, is going to lead us out of this massive debt that keeps going. What I do see as being a potential is
debt.
I don't disagree with you. I don't like how much he spent in 2020. That's not the reason I voted for him, was his spending. He's going to keep spending like crazy. But the fact that he wants to build a 200 million Bitcoin reserve has the potential to get us upside down. And also his pro-energy policies and wanting to produce American energy, I see as also being something that can grow
We
our
have the most
GDP.
pro-energy policy under the Biden-Harris administration, the largest investment in renewable energy ever through the Inflation Reduction Act, and specifically the largest domestic production of oil we've ever had of any country ever.
Which renewable energy sources are you referring to? Like wind energy, water energy?
Solar, wind, tidal.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in solar
Hydroelectric.
energy as well, but I think that we need to have fracking, drilling, and these other
The
sorts of
Inflation
American
Reduction Act
produced
also
oil.
had fracking leases.
I don't know all the details about the Inflation Reduction Act, but I do know that once Biden got into office, all of that oil drilling really came to a pretty stark halt. And correct me if I'm wrong, but we imported most of our oil, where we were exporting oil
Actually,
under Donald Trump.
we have less imported oil right now than we did under Trump's administration.
Right now, what happened in 2021 when he depleted and then he imported to, I think, what our strategic reserves back at 75
so in terms
million
of the
barrels.
imports went down because we got less from Russia and we're getting less from Saudi Arabia because Trump signed a deal with OPEC to cut oil production.
Okay, so we're getting less oil imported from Russia and Saudi Arabia, is what you're saying now than we did during Trump?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'd have to look at something. I'll take your word for it, but I don't think it's up for debate that we were producing more oil. You're saying we're producing more oil now domestically under Biden than we were
according to
under
the
Trump?
Energy Information Administration.
That's interesting. I'd have to read those studies. But where I'm going with that is I think we have to produce more and manufacture more here, which is why I'm
That's what
open
we're
to
doing right
tariffs
now.
as well. We're producing just oil more?
We're producing oil more. We're fracking more. We have larger production or larger investment in renewable energy. Trump wouldn't engage in investment in renewable energy.
I don't think that's true regarding
He
how much we're
literally didn't
producing
do
oil.
that.
Renewable energy, yeah. I mean, he's always said he doesn't like the winds and the wind turbines and how they're going to kill the whales and all that. But solar energy, I'm all for. I know he probably changed his tune now that he has somebody like Elon Musk in his camp talking his ear off. So it might be something that changes. But back to Bitcoin, because that was a big thing to me. I hear you're saying that you think Bitcoin's not as important as all those things, but can you see how we can continue going as we're going right now in just this consumer-based economy and going further into debt. Like, how can we survive?
You understand Bitcoin doesn't like remove debt, right?
No,
Like,
but
what are you talking about?
If you purchase 200 million Bitcoin and you make this investment now, if you believe in
What if it
Bitcoin
goes down in
growing over
value?
time, well, because it might go down in value, but I believe because it has a limited supply of 21 million total Bitcoin,
So
that ultimately, as we
what
print
if
more dollars
if
every
it goes
year,
down in value? Then what are you basing it on?
Bitcoin's based on the fact that there's a limited supply. And it's just
So?
like anything else, whatever somebody wants to store their value in, they can. Why does gold have value? Because it's shiny. You can choose whatever you want to store your value in. If people collectively choose Bitcoin to
What's
be
the
one
utility of
because
Bitcoin?
the fact that it has a limited supply, it doesn't have real utility to be able to spend me and you. I can't transact, Bitcoin for pizza.
Other
That
currencies
doesn't
can
make
have a
sense
limited
for it.
supply. Lots of things have a limited supply. What is the utility of Bitcoin?
Bitcoin doesn't have a spending utility. It just has a utility to store your value, like a savings account or like gold would. I mean, I guess gold has more utility because you can wear it, if you want to say that. But there's other cryptos that have more of a transaction utility to them. Bitcoin's true value is
Unrecognized
just
transaction because it's decentralized. What is the basis of that? Literally black market transactions. So all you're trying to facilitate, right, is transactions, right, that are specifically going to tend towards things that are very bad. So I like how Republicans.
That's not always true. I mean, what are you saying? Like the Silk Road, how you had that
I like how
website.
Republicans. Hold up. I like how Republicans try to act like, oh, Democrats are the pro-trafficking ones. They're the pro ones that are like not tough on crime, and then you guys are like the least tough on crime. You voted for a criminal, and like you're also perpetuating greater conditions for trafficking through the usage of cryptocurrencies.
Look, the free market's going to do what the free market's going to do, but that's not a large, overwhelming function.
The free market, so that's why you want tariffs?
I don't understand. What did that have to do with
free market and then tariffs? Free market.
Well, the tariffs, I understand. But I understand not wanting people to do
small
it to us.
government conservative. No, big government conservative, huh?
But you have to understand that people are doing it to us. So why does it make sense for us to take all these
the conservative
these
view
Japanese
that's been
and European?
What's been the conservative view? What's been the fiscally responsible conservative view has been, oh, even though they tariff us, that doesn't mean we should tariff them back. That's been the conservative response for decades.
Yeah,
because they're small government.
It's not working because our industries. Yeah, but our industries are getting depleted right now. Like it's not.
So
it
find
has
some other way to invest in them, like tax
we only
credits
started
or like
doing
the
that in what? Didn't we only start doing this after the World War II?
Look at the Chips and Science Act specifically, right? And then reference things that like actually invest in American manufacturing, specialized manufacturing to become technological exporters of the world, high technology, right? Rather than specifically relying on manufacturing, old manufacturing.
Yeah, that could work. That could work.
No, that's what the Biden-Harris administration has been doing, and it has been working. But what you guys have been wanting to do is increase tariffs that hurt American consumers because you want to shift the burden of taxes from people who are rich to people who are poor. That's the fundamental reality of these tax policies.
I don't see that being true. I think it's to fundamentally try to incentivize more manufacturing at home and domestically to produce these sorts of things. Now, it only makes sense in certain industries. I understand that part. But what we're making here, if we're getting tariffs for our exports and we're not tariffing others that are sending this at and cheaper, and it's hurting our.
I'm sorry, you're gonna realize here in like a few years that you fucked up when the prices are way higher. I promise you.
Well, the prices went up big time in Argentina. Did they not?
In the shitter, right?
But what happened in Argentina? They had a rough couple of years, and now look at what they're doing in their surplus. They have a billions of dollars surplus. That Javier Milei had a really rough couple of years, but it has worked in his favor. Why can't that happen here?
Wait, so are you saying specifically they utilize tariffs?
I'm saying that by cutting regulation, and I don't think he utilized
regulation. Tariffs or regulation?
Yes, they are. They are regulation.
So cutting regulations, right?
He did. He cut all sorts of departments and he cut regulations, and
cutting
that's
regulation,
probably
right?
that's probably more to do with the success of Argentina than tariffs. Because I would be speaking out of my ass talking about what tariffs they've imposed. I do know that their exports have gone way up in terms of fruit, produce, and other things that they are able to have abundance in. They are having a trade surplus that they did not have before him. And that's where it's intriguing because I don't think we can continue going
Yeah.
how we're
So
going.
wait. So are you? Wait. Did you know that they actually reduced tariffs on goods?
Well, that doesn't surprise me because ultimately, from a libertarian standpoint, you wouldn't want any tariffs because you believe in a free market, and that's who Javier Milei is. So I'm not surprised by that. That makes sense. It probably hurts my argument. But how did they create an economic surplus? What else did he do that Trump's been talking about doing? Cutting regulations, cutting red tape, making it easier
Cutting
for
spending.
I don't think he's talked about cutting spending.
Yeah. So you're not going to cut spending. So how are you going to fix the debt? Balance
I
the
think
budget.
they are going to. Isn't Dogecoin going to cut the cut? Aren't they going to cut spending? They talked about trying to figure out how
What
the hell
spending?
our Defense Department has failed audits and has an $800 billion budget, and yet they failed 8 straight audits. And they've also talked about.
That's not
I'd
the
have
only
to-
thing, and I don't disagree with that specifically. It's all the other things that they specifically want to do. They wanted to cut funding towards Planned Parenthood, which specifically would increase abortions, right? Because they're decreasing access to contraceptives.
Yeah, that's not an issue that I feel strongly about. But I will say I understand if something is so, I guess, volatile that you wouldn't want government dollars to go towards it. That's probably a loaded fucking statement I'm saying. Sorry if I can't curse here, but I can understand why you'd want to not fund Planned Parenthood because of how visceral
Why?
it is.
What's
It's
visceral about getting access to contraceptives?
contraceptives, nothing, but there is a theory there that I don't know how true it is that Planned Parenthood funds abortions, and that is an overwhelming the government tax dollars are going towards funding abortions, and I'm not the
No,
only
they're
one
not.
who has
They're
heard
not.
that.
You know what the Hyde Amendment is?
No,
The Hyde Amendment restricts federal funds from being used for abortion.
well, that answers that one, but that is a I guess something
So
that
they're
a lot of
explicitly
people
using
believe.
that funding for contraceptives.
Makes sense, man. I told you this ain't something this isn't why I voted for Trump. And they don't that's not a really important point to me is a women's right to choose.
You don't care about women's rights?
Important as our $38 trillion debt and growing in the future of our
Even
country
though
as a whole.
Trump signed off on more debt-related spending, 8.4 trillion overall, 4.8 trillion non-COVID related for the Biden-Harris administration, 4.3 trillion overall, 2.2 trillion non-COVID related. That's hilarious.
Of course he spent more, but he also he also gave checks to people right in their back pockets, and we could talk about what all those spending items were dollar for dollar, but yeah, Trump. I started this by saying I didn't agree with Trump's spending policies. That's not one of the reasons I voted for him.
So, like, the reason why you're willing to vote for someone who's restricting women's access to abortion is fiscal responsibility, even though the Democrats are more fiscally responsible.
I don't know if they're more physically responsible.
I just
interesting.
explained how they were. I just
You're
explained it. Can
saying
you
that
repeat to me
because
what I just said?
you said that Trump spent 8.6 billion. It was
8.4
4.8
trillion.
non-COVID. Trump's spending, especially during the
I
COVID-related
referenced the
times.
Biden-Harris administration, and I referenced non-COVID-related spending, you fucking deplorable individual that won't respond to any single thing that I'm saying.
Why am I deplorable? Why do you have so much
Because
hate
you
in your
won't
heart towards
respond to what
another
I'm saying.
American? I
You're
haven't
not-
been hateful towards you. Why are you
Yes,
so
dude,
hateful to
wait,
so many
dude.
people that are on here?
Why are you trying to act like a victim when you literally won't
You just
respond to
called me
what I said?
deplorable. I haven't called you one name here. We've been having
I don't care.
a pretty good conversation here, but you go to name calling?
Because you're
Why
being
would you do that?
disingenuous.
I'm not being disingenuous. I'm
You are
trying to have
totally
a
being
conversation.
disingenuous.
In what regard?
You're totally being disingenuous. I just explained. You're not listening to the points that I'm referencing. You're not addressing this. You said you care more specifically about fiscal responsibility than you care about women's rights. When again, the Democrats were literally more fiscally responsible according to the debt-related spending.
Yeah, but I didn't talk about
I
spending.
would
You're
think
trying
of
to
it
twist what I
$5. Thank you so
said.
much.
I said that my reason was because of how I believe that Bitcoin can purposely be used to help cut that debt. And just because you're trying to twist it that I believe in, the Republicans spend less, I haven't said that once. So you're trying to twist my words, and now you're fucking calling me deplorable and trying to throw names in there when I haven't done that to you. So that's pretty fucked up from the party of tolerance. You got anything else for me?
Yeah, I'm not twisting anything. All right, I referenced specifically what you said, and you can't take accountability because your entire side can't take shit for accountability. I say and I explain what you did wrong, and it's immediately I'm the victim. Everyone's coming after me. No one.
You didn't explain
I
what
didn't
I
do
did
anything
wrong.
I did.
You didn't
I
explain what I
explained.
did wrong. You told me to say what you said, and I did. I was saying $8.6 trillion is spending and 4.8 non-COVID.
I literally explained it all, and you didn't fucking listen.
Well, we're having a debate, a conversation. So I
Yeah,
did
and you're supposed
listen.
to
I
like
was
listen to the
reciprocating
other
it
side.
back. That's
You
what I
didn't.
was doing. This entire time
You
I've been
said I
fucking
didn't
listening
say
to the points you
anything, and
said.
I literally showed you. I literally explained it to you.
All right, Parker. Well, it was good up until you went to name calling. See you, man.
Oh, you're gonna make yourself the victim and run away. Go to your fucking safe space, you little fucking MAGA snowflake. Dude, literally, their person has a name call for every single person. Because I called them deplorable for being disingenuous. He gets so fucking angry. Alright, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, it's a power to you. Hello? Parker, that was exhausting and I wasn't even debating him. Yep. That's how it is, you know. Alright, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Let's get this next person up here, everyone. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump, y'all. We are just looking for some debates. Laura, thank you so much for the handout. Yo, it's a pal to you?
21.
Did you vote Trump?
Yeah,
Why so?
because he's
What state do you live in?
Minnesota.
What time is it?
I don't know.
What is going on with my algorithm, chat? I'm so fucking annoyed with TikTok. Should I just try another restart? It's literally not working for shit, dude. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, chat. Because, like, most people aren't even disagreeing. Yo, what's up? How old are you? I'll try one more person. If not, I'm gonna hit a restart. Yo, thank you so much, Earl. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Is your name? Was your name? Yes, thank you so much, Earl. I appreciate the year concert. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's incredibly kind of you. That's incredibly kind of you. All right, I'll try one more person. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna go hit a restart. All right. All right. I'll be right back, everyone. I love y'all. actually asking, would you vote to deport your loved one? And I appreciate Christian. Thank you so much.
Yo, would I? I mean, like that's such like a difficult question. You know, yeah.
I think the
obviously,
obvious answer is like no.
I love them.
Like,
no, I wouldn't. But at the end of the
but
day,
like that's like the inevitable reality of what Donald Trump's advocating for. If he's advocating to do mass deportation, that means also deporting your parents. That's insane. I think anyone who's already in this country, who's undocumented, should have a pathway to citizenship. If you aren't here committing a crime, you haven't committed a crime, you haven't committed a violent crime, right? Then I think that you should be able to stay in this country and have a pathway to citizenship.
No, yeah, me too.
Because I think the process takes way too long right now. 5 to 7 years is insane.
I know, like, thank God, like right now, my mom, she was able to get her citizenship, but it was because through the Trump process, she did have to wait, 5, 6, 7 years. But when Trump was in office, she was able to get citizenship. But however, like for example, like I have another parent that isn't here legally, it would suck, if they were undocumented. But for me to be able to see like the way that my dad, or for example, my parent has been here and the way he's worked, and now just seeing these people coming in and now just getting whatever they want, just
What do you
coming
mean getting
in.
whatever? What specific
like
federal
paying-
policies go to undocumented immigrants?
No, like for example, I'm in New York. I'm in New York, seeing everybody over there in the city getting free hotels. Like,
So you're talking about asylum seekers specifically.
yeah, yeah. Like where was that when my dad, or like when people were coming here, like it kind of seems like they're getting stuff free-handed. Meanwhile, there's still people here that have worked so hard that aren't getting the same benefits as them.
Yes,
And which is kind
so
of
again, you're talking about state policy for asylum seekers who are here through a legal process. You're not talking about undocumented immigrants, right? And it also is the case that you're not talking about a federal policy. So if you're not referencing a federal policy, I don't see how voting for Donald Trump makes these conditions better.
But do you think it kind of trickles down?
Wait, I thought you guys were all for states' rights when it comes to like restricting women's access to abortion, even when they've been assaulted. But you're not for states' rights when it means providing legal immigrants access to basic things like housing.
No, I'm like, for me, this is, everybody has their own reasons why they voted for Trump. This was my specific reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't, like, oh, I have a specific reason. I'm not really too political, but when it comes to this specific topic, then it was kind of what, why I voted for him.
But,
You get what I'm
like,
saying?
you didn't really provide like a good reason for that. Like, if you're talking about like the particular like immigration policy, the immigration policy, right? Likely speaking, would be very detrimental. Like, there is no method or change that has been specifically elucidated on that would be able to deport 20 million people.
Yeah, but
There's no-
also I think
are they going to start profiling people?
no, I think also just like having just letting anybody in is also not a great solution, don't you think?
I'm not saying let everyone in, but there was a bipartisan border bill that was on the desk, and Donald Trump called for people in Congress to undermine that bill. He cared more about running on the border as an issue than actually fundamentally fixing the issue push comes to shove.
Yeah, no, and I think like anybody, the border is still has been to the border, like it's always not going to be 100% secure, and I think that was kind of his primary, like, I guess you could say like his thing was like making sure that the border was secure and everything like that. But when it comes to like just letting anybody in, then that was something where I was like, and then just seeing people come in and then not really respecting like the American dream, which God, I'm thankful to God that I'm able to live the American dream.
Yeah, but like, how is Donald Trump helping that? I think if anything, he's making it worse.
How?
Again, right, by making the conditions harder for people who are in this country for a better life, right? Specifically advocating for tariffs which negatively disenfranchise the low middle class, right? And then massive tax breaks for rich people. It's literally Robin Hood for the rich, shifting tax burdens from people who are rich to people who are lower income.
Yeah,
How is that pro working people? That's not pro working people. He's deceived right, the middle class into believing that he's a better candidate for working people. It's an insane idea. And it's only because people attribute inflation to the incumbent president because they didn't take a statistics class in high school.
Yeah,
Seriously,
I mean,
I'm actually serious. It's a correlation causation fallacy. It's basic shit.
yeah. I mean, like I was saying, like that was for me. I grew up Spanish. Like everything else, was basically, vote Democrat, this and the third. And then later when I started seeing a little bit more of how it was going by, like open borders, this and the third, it was getting a little difficult for me to like fully, say, yeah, like I approve of that, but also kind of thing.
I don't know what you're saying.
But yeah, I mean, I appreciate you taking the time, but that's kind of where I stand right now.
Appreciate you coming up. All right, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Valerie, thank you so much for pushing the team victory. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Did you vote Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Why so?
I'm in military, so I more so wanted to vote because he leans more military, but pro-military. He lends more money towards military, and also I voted because I'm not too familiar with his plans, but or plans and policies, but like his economics. He was one of the most like famous and successful businessmen in the.
Name one good businessman that has 6 bankruptcies.
I don't do a lot of research on that, so I'm not too familiar with it. But also, when you say that he doesn't, or like when his economic plans don't benefit the middle working class, because he looks to tax us more than the rich. When you think about it, if you tax the rich more, you're going to tax the rich who own the businesses, who will then try to make up that difference by raising their prices, creating higher prices, and it's just going to hurt.
Like tariffs will cause prices to go up?
No, if you're taxing the rich,
tariffs are taxes.
Owners who
tariffs are taxes.
Okay.
So Trump wants tariffs. Don't those hurt business? That reduce the size of the U.S. economy, devalues the U.S. dollar, causes prices to go up for American consumers, destroys export jobs.
I actually just watched something. When we started using tariffs as our taxes, it was earlier in 1900s. The U.S. dollar was more valuable and more widely spread. And as of recent, when we started using just the federal income tax, it was the U.S. dollar's value was going down. And
nope.
There's proof. I don't know the exact website and whatever.
But I don't see where you're getting any of this information from.
I've just watched videos.
If you want to look at economic data, you should look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics or the St. Louis Federal Reserve. I wouldn't look at random X videos that are just painting a narrative towards you.
Is that not what you're doing currently, or?
No, I look at like actual economic data. I don't look at like random bullshit. I have a degree in economics. I actually studied that.
I don't really care if you have a degree in economics.
I'm just telling you that I've already done that type of stuff. I'm not like basing the position as correct on that.
Well, either way, it's just basic common sense, which if you tax the rich will then raise their prices on any, when you're taxing.
Okay, so no, because you're taxing personal income that they take out, you're not taxing the business. Secondly, as it relates to this, taxing rich people in this country is the best way to tax people, right? Because you don't want to be taking away from people's basic necessities. Taking away from people's basic necessities is not what we want to do in the very first place, right? We have a progressive tax system so that we take less from people's necessities. That's the whole idea.
those necessities though are the groceries, the whatever other basic necessities you can consider.
The way I see it with tariffs is, so obviously you're getting, the tax on the good. If you look at big corporations, that's not a problem because usually their owner is going to pay that, and that owner is most likely a multi-billionaire. And just to throw the fact out there, Democrats have been, crying about billionaires, not paying their fair share. This is one way to, say that's not going to be true. And furthermore, that was not a great point, but furthermore, the way to avoid tariffs is to make goods in America. That way it doesn't become a problem. So, and when you do that, especially if you're a big corporation, you can create more jobs to produce said product. And then to build on that, not only do you have more jobs, but you're not dependent on any other country for that specific product.
I'm sorry, Noah, but like every economist disagrees with you. It will decrease the amount of overall jobs because it will decrease the size of the economy. It will cause prices to go up because it decreases supply in the United States.
Why can't we make that supply? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, we do at higher prices. The reason why it's not being produced right now for lower prices in the United States is because it can't be produced. It got priced out of the market. That's how the free market works.
I'm sorry.
If it was the case that you'd produce it here in the United States for cheaper, it would currently be happening right now.
Yeah, so my thing is with especially bigger corporations, what makes it that we cannot make said products?
So again, I'm just telling you the free market.
So because of the free market,
that's just what happens in the free market.
I understand what you're saying, but all I'm saying is, why can't we make whatever products here? Like, what's preventing that?
Again, I just told you the free market.
The free market. How does that happen? Can you explain that to me?
What do you mean? What do you need me to explain?
What does the free market do that prevents? Say, I can make a product. Why can't I do that?
So again, the free market indicates this because it doesn't currently happen right now. Right? Otherwise, there would be firms profiting on it.
The free market indicates what specifically?
Yeah, just because it's not happening right now, it indicates that it's not profitable within the market because otherwise it would be happening if that's true. Because those pressures, internal incentives existed.
Okay, fair enough. But would you agree that it would be plausible for that to happen? Like, obviously, we get a lot of goods from China. Would
you want to do a 10% tariff on China on all goods coming from?
No.
I wouldn't love that, and I know there is a tariff on.
Well, he just proposed that today. He proposed a 10% tariff on all goods coming from China.
He already had that.
25% from Mexico and Canada.
He already did the one on China. I knew that one. He had that in his agenda for a while, and I don't see a huge problem with that. Again, I'm just trying to say we can make the same products, and I don't see why not.
Okay, well, I just explained it to you.
Okay,
so I'm gonna go to the next person. Thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link trees in the bio, everyone. Susan, thank you so much for the fest. I appreciate it. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Again, everyone, only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. All right. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates. Addison, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Julie, thank you so much. I appreciate the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Addison, no, I have not seen that. I want to contact Luke Beasley though. I'd love to do content with him. JD, thank you so much for the $6. Thank you so much. Don't worry, it's good to see you. It's good to see you.
You just gotta join.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, did you vote Trump?
Oh, I did.
Why so?
I just think he's a strong man. He just makes sense, man. Like we need somebody tough in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what tells you that he's tough? Brittany, thank you for the $10. Thank you, Brittany.
That he's not paid off by anybody. That he just does whatever he wants.
Well, the fact that he does everything for us too, not even just what he wants. He does everything for us.
Yeah, so can you give me an example, like two policies he supports or that he influenced to get passed that were good?
Basically that he wants to create a border, get rid of the illegals that we're all paying for.
Also, that I want to have transgender.
Did you know that they increased the size?
My 10-year-old niece's bathroom.
Oh, wait, so I have a question. How are you going to figure out who's undocumented?
Honestly, just ID checks. Like
ID. Who do you know who to go up to and ask for ID?
And rapid DNA test.
No, just everybody. I would ID everybody.
So you'd go up to me and you'd ask me for my ID?
No, just anybody coming in, you know? Like anybody flying, anybody, like anything.
Okay, don't they currently do that?
No, they don't.
Did someone say DNA tests?
No, well, yeah, my girlfriend.
Who do you DNA test?
Yeah, ask her that.
And how does a DNA test identify if you're here in the country illegally?
What I'm saying, a lot of people that do come in illegally, there's a lot of sex trafficking. So what they were saying is the rapid DNA test at the border to see if these young girls, young boys, young women, women of all ages, or men even, there's a rapid DNA test to find out if that's their father, their uncle, stuff like that.
Do you think people can have step parents or guardians?
I do believe that, but that's not in all cases.
Do you think they should be separated from their families? So maybe we should just have sponsors that are like background checked, which is what we currently have right now.
There are also uncles, aunts, family members, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's currently right now background checks on sponsors for people who are bringing children in the country.
That's understandable, but also I'm saying rapid DNA tests at the border.
But like, what happens if you adopt a child? Like, are you going to separate families who adopt the children?
Also, you're not one to say that somebody that's adopts a child doesn't get them into the same scenarios.
What? You're specifically saying that you should DNA test people if they don't match up in terms of DNA? You separate them. You understand people with adopted children would be separated from their children.
I'm not saying separate them. There's also papers and reports and everything else and documents that people can bring saying I adopted this child, I am their legal guardian. So if you don't have DNA,
that's what you do in a background check.
Exactly what I'm saying. So
there are background checks. There are currently background checks on sponsors.
Sure, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is so you should have the paperwork. If you're a sponsor, you should have the paperwork.
This already exists. You understand? Okay, so again, I'm asking you the question: how do you know who in the country already? Right, because you want to mass deport people that are currently in the country. How do you know who's undocumented?
No, that was me. I was saying that. I'm sorry, man.
Okay, so how do you know?
How do I know? You're throwing me for a loop.
And that's exactly his point, so he can be right.
No, he is right.
He's
no. It's a genuinely good question. Like seriously, how do you know? Because it sounds like what a lot of people want to do on the right is they want to profile people.
That is not the case at all.
Right. No, and
maybe others, but that's not the fight we're fighting.
Oh, okay. So that's not the fight you're fighting, right? Even though that's what Donald Trump was running on. So what's his plan for mass deportation? Do we have any idea? Like, did we even ask Donald Trump what his plan is? Is it just like a concept of an idea of a plan? A promise that he's not going to fulfill?
Right, how to
what's
tell, right?
Kamala Harris's plan on that?
Kamala is
she's
a
out.
bipartisan border bill that Donald Trump called for people in Congress to undermine. It would have built more wall than Trump ever built under his administration. It would have capped the amount of people coming across the border. It would have specifically increased the amount of border agents and immigration judges, making the asylum process go faster.
Let me ask you one question though. Why hasn't that happened then in the past 4 years?
Because Donald Trump called people in Congress to undermine a bipartisan border bill. Lindsey Graham acknowledged it. Mitch McConnell acknowledged it. Donald Trump himself said, blame it on me if the border bill fails, right? And even the person who helped write the bill, James Langford, right, who's a Trump-endorsed Republican, acknowledged it. They had the votes and Donald Trump killed the bill. Because he cared more about running on the bill than he actually cared about fixing the conditions at the border. Maggie, thank you for the $3. Thank you so much.
That's not true though.
Also, the other person referenced like trans people in bathrooms. Did you reference that?
I didn't, but
The person in the back?
I also agree though about
Okay,
the
so,
trans
like-
people in the bathrooms. You know.
Okay. So trans women being in the women's restroom, trans men being in the men's restroom is an issue, but not Donald Trump bragging about walking into changing rooms of naked teenage girls.
So have you never had like close buddies that like talked to you and you never said no like crazy things like just because you don't think you're being listened to or
No,
You just
he went on a public call and show with Howard Stern, right, and bragged about walking into changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote unquote owns the place. That's what he
Well,
did. And
Howard
no, I've
Stern-
never done that.
No, but Howard Stern's never been much of anything really to me.
Okay, yeah. So then, but again, why are we not acknowledging that? If you care about people being in the bathrooms, why are we making the issue about trans people when it is the case that you voted for a guy that bragged about walking into changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote unquote owns the place?
True. You're making good points, man.
Like if we're serious about what negatively impacts women, we wouldn't vote in a guy that was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, who bragged about grabbing women by the vagina without asking. Right? We wouldn't be voting in that guy. If we cared about women, we wouldn't be voting for a guy that tried to undermine women's rights to abortion. Right? Like but it's seemingly that the right wing doesn't care about women, that they're just using them for a political message. Here's the cap.
Right, and also, he hasn't actually done that. He just talks, and you know, it like I've actually said worse than that, but it doesn't mean he's actually in the girl's bathroom grabbing.
You've said worse. You said?
Yeah, I have.
What have you said that's worse?
I'm not gonna put it up in the open air. Like I'll talk to my buddies at work and we have fun.
What do you mean? How you've said something worse than bragging about walking into changing rooms of naked teenage girls or bragging about sexually assaulting women? You've done worse?
I've said worse, yes.
What have you said that's possibly worse than that?
I'm not gonna put it in the open air.
Well, if you're saying you said something worse than that, that's probably a fucking issue. And also, by the way, the person who was behind you that apparently was that your significant other?
Yes.
Is she okay with you saying those things about women?
Yes.
Yeah? She's okay with you saying things that are worse than bragging about sexually assaulting women.
Yes. Because she knows I'm not serious, you know?
Can I ask her?
As soon as she comes back in. Just give it like 2 seconds.
And by the way, you can say you aren't serious. That's still insane to say. But Donald Trump was serious. And he was talking about things that did happen.
How do you know that? How do you know
because he was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, and the victims did come out saying that he would barge into their changing rooms while they were naked and changing and topless, and girls as young as 15 years old were in there changing.
I agree.
Came out and talked about this. That's what happened.
And honestly, like I haven't seen that. And I agree, the age is wicked fucked up. And I wouldn't say it that way. But
is that a guy that you would trust around your daughter Are you someone that someone should trust around their daughter, given that you've said those things about women? Do you think that creates a space? Do you think that creates a space where women would want to be around that? Or do you think that creates a toxic environment for women? Because fundamentally, the basis of making those types of jokes is the demonization and the dehumanization of women. That's what it is.
No, I agree, but like, there's no intentions there, and then we're just everyday people.
No intentions? It doesn't matter whether or not you have an intention. It's the reality of what you're doing. You can say you don't have an intention. That just means that subconsciously and intentionally you're continuing to allow yourself to engage in that. It's because it's not just subconscious when you continually and volitionally engage in that type of behavior.
It's not maliciously. It's
volitionally, which means you actively are choosing to do this. You know you're doing it. You're aware of that. Laura, yeah. And if you're aware of that, you're promoting the behavior and continuing it. Would you want to teach your son to act that way? Would you want to teach your son that it's okay to act that way or to treat women that way?
No, I wouldn't. No.
We want a society where we don't treat women that way. We don't want our daughters and our mothers and our sisters to be treated that way.
Right. Exactly. No, but I'm saying there's people that say things. I'm just saying there's people that say things that it's not always what you're going to do or act on. You just say things as a human, you know?
I don't say things like that. I've never said things like that.
You don't fuck. You don't have fun. You don't fuck around.
That's not having fun.
I don't know.
You know what? You know what's fun to me and funny to me? Awkward humor, right?
Yeah.
People making jokes like that are funny, right? Not fucking literally dehumanizing and discriminating against people. That's not fun. Fun for who? Who are you saying that's fun? It's only fun because you're not the one that's being disenfranchised, negatively impacted, and targeted against, right? Because you would be a woman. You're not the one that's targeted because of that. You understand that this rhetoric, this type of idea, these types of jokes, they lead to violence towards women.
Okay, but why does it have to be?
You should find fun and laughter and things that inspire people towards better ideas, right? Rather than cause violence against women.
Right, but why does it have to be
if what you're engaging in that you think is fun necessitates violence against women, you need to find something else that you consider fun, because it shouldn't be on the backs of women.
But why do they have to be targeted and affected by it?
Because you perpetuate a culture that disenfranchises, dehumanizes, and discriminates against women.
No.
Yes, you voted in a guy who was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. You're perpetuating that culture. You said you've said things worse than bragging about sexually assaulting women and walking into their changing rooms without their consent.
Right, I've said things worse, yes.
So that's exactly what I mean. You're perpetuating a culture that disenfranchises women, right?
But who would
your
follow
future
along with
daughter,
that?
right? Your significant other, your mom.
Who
What's
would
wrong with
actually
that? What's wrong with that?
I'm saying who would act on that?
Who would act on that?
Fucked up.
Plenty of men within our society that continually engage in violence targeted against women. You can say who would do that, but you have to acknowledge the reality that it does happen. There are scenarios, there are case studies, right, of millions of different cases of this happening throughout generations upon generations and generations, right? It's a continual culture of the dehumanization and discrimination targeted against women, and it's a perpetuation of the patriarchy within society and within social norms. So again, as men, we need to acknowledge that these things shouldn't be that way, and we need to actively perpetuate culture within within men's communities, right? That get people to not engage in this behavior and to hold them and their friends accountable for that type of behavior, because it's not acceptable and it negatively impacts women.
Right, and I will continue to hold them accountable if they act like in that.
But
certain
do you,
way.
when you vote for people like Donald Trump, do you regret that?
No, because I don't at all.
Exactly. That's the issue. You're not doing it, and that's the problem.
No, because he
You
has,
say you
no,
do it,
he-
but when push comes to shove, you don't.
no, because he hasn't acted on that. He hasn't done that. Nobody
he hasn't
proved
acted
that.
upon that. He was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. He said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. He bragged about walking in changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote-unquote owns the place. He called his daughter voluptuous, which means curvy and sexually attractive. He said he
Yeah,
would
he
date his
said
own
that.
daughter if it wasn't his daughter.
He said that. That's free speech, man.
Whoa. Okay. So
He didn't act on
whoa. He didn't act on that. Held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. He didn't act on that. Whoa. You don't think saying things perpetuate a culture that leads towards violence against women? You don't think saying you would date a
I'm
10-year-old
saying-
girl in 10 years perpetuates violence against young girls in this country?
I'm saying he didn't do that personally.
You don't
He-
think? Wait.
spoke.
He did do that. You said free speech. What?
Right. He
That
could
doesn't mean
talk.
freedom of consequences.
Right.
But apparently,
I agree.
to MAGA Republicans, it does mean freedom of consequences for people like Donald Trump because they care more about protecting people who have perpetuated crimes than they care about people who have been victimized by the perpetrators of those crimes. You want to make Trump the victim instead of acknowledging victims that actually are negatively impacted by Trump's violence.
No, I'm not making
By the
Trump a
culture
victim by
that
any
Trump
means.
creates that targets women.
No, I know. I agree. Like, I agree he says things, but, like, where's the proof that he's actually acted on
Held
any of
civilly
these things?
liable of sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll. Forcefully penetrating her against her will. Why are you just learning about this now? How come you don't know what this is? How come you don't know I'm referring to this?
Because... I
Michaela,
haven't
thank you
gotten
for the
that too
dollar for We
honestly.
Choose the Bear. And Maggie, thank you for the $5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Benjamin, thank you
know-
so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't know exactly about that case, but I'll look deeper into it. Like, you're opening my eyes.
But like, do you like, how can you like hear that and be like, I'm still thinking like of which one I should support? Rain, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much, Rain.
No, I wasn't thinking of
How
it
is it
because
still
I've
like
never...
a question of like what side you're going to lay on, of whether
No,
or
I
not
know
you
I'm on
regret
Trump.
it?
No, I know I'm on Trump's side. Because
Why?
I like a lot of the things that he's doing.
Like?
And I like a lot of the people that he appointed already too.
Like
Homan. I like Musk and yeah, I'm just
First head mustache. So as long as they put Elon Musk and a Fox News host on the administration, you're willing to vote for a sexual abuser? A guy who restricted women's access to abortion?
no, because that's a part to him. Like
This is
everybody
like,
has.
it's like
fucking-
dystopian. How fucking insane this is.
No, right. But everybody has
Right?
demons. Nobody's
Julia,
100%.
thank you so much for the $3.
Nobody's a fucking saint.
And I'm not saying anyone's a saint. I'm just saying that Kamala Harris is clearly better than Donald Trump.
Not really.
Grace, thank
no,
you for the
no,
$2.
no
Thank
way.
you so much.
No.
Maya, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. Clearly. Can you give me two Trump
even
economic policies that you like for standard that he passed?
Economic policies? I like the no tax on overtime.
That he passed.
Oh, that he already passed?
Mm-hmm.
I can't name them off the top of my head, honestly.
Can you name one?
An economic policy? Not at the moment.
Can you tell me what a tariff is?
It's a tax on foreign products, really.
It's a tax on goods coming into the country.
Right.
Do they cause prices to go up for consumers?
Yes.
Okay, so you brought up something that specifically disenfranchises people.
How?
Again, because it's predominantly targeted towards people who are lower income. TS, thank you so much for the galaxy. Thank you so much.
This whole country is lower income, really. I mean, it's the rich and the poor.
Again, your tax policy disenfranchises lower income individuals because it is the case that people who are lower income spend a greater proportion of their income on imported goods. Ashley, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm not going against that.
What do you mean?
You're right, but
That's
how
what you
is that-
voted for.
Right. I'm not against that because we're gonna thrive in other ways.
Shelby, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. So, I think we should point at this. If it is true that he was held civilly liable unanimously by a jury of 9 people for forcibly penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will, why would you vote for him?
Because of getting rid of the illegals.
Okay, so you don't care about sexual abuse.
I do.
Then why would you vote for someone who did that? Kalia, thank you so much for the $3. Thank you so much.
Because everyone makes mistakes.
Okay, you say everyone make. So you think sexual abuse is a mistake?
Oh, I'm sorry, Parker. Let me turn down the TV. I lost the remote. Hold on 1 minute.
You're good. Don't worry. So what do you mean by sexual abuse is a mistake?
Like it's a little oopsie. Oopsie. I didn't mean to say you. Like, really?
I'm sorry, my phone's making a ton of noise, and I don't know really who's saying what.
Kyle, how is it an oopsie?
Oh, like a sexual mistake?
How do you say? What do you mean by? Do you think it's like unintentional? Like, oh, they just made a mistake. It's not like you did something wrong on a test. It's literally violence against women. Onions, think of a description.
Right. Have you ever drank?
Oh. So you're gonna...
Yeah?
It justifies it, but I also think that there's good people that make mistakes.
No, when you say how is sexual assault a quote unquote mistake? Are
No,
you
I'm
saying
not
because?
saying that-
Wait,
I'm not
are
saying
you-
that's a mistake. I'm
Kyle,
saying-
have you done this before?
No.
So why'd you laugh like that? So why do you think that? Why do you think that it's just a mistake? Do you like know someone that you're trying to protect?
No, I could give a fuck less.
Then why are you justifying that behavior?
I'm not justifying it by any means, but
Priscilla, think of the $2. You actively are. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about like angry people. I'm not talking about the sexual abuse part. I'm just saying you've never done anything out of the norm when you drank.
This seems to be so irrelevant.
What? What do you mean by out of the norm?
Like you've acted like yourself every time you had a beer.
Yes, I've never sexually assaulted someone. I've never been at risk of violating someone, of hurting
No, me
someone
neither.
in that type of way. No one. Never have I done that. You know want to know what I do when I get drunk? I play 2K. I watch fucking TV with my girlfriend. That's what I do. What are you fucking talking about? Yeah, karaoke. Like literally, like I'll fucking dance weird. Like what are you talking about? How is that a justification to sexually assaulting someone?
No, it's not. It's
if you're
not.
incapacitated, you can't do anything. You
Why
are
do you always gotta-
incapacitated.
Why do you get to change the story?
What?
Thing of it is, people do things. I've never been there. I've never done that.
I'm sorry,
do
but
I-
that's not an excuse. It's
not an excuse. I don't agree with it. I would never allow that.
But can I remind you?
Let's get back to Trump.
He was totally sober. I mean, like there was no inebriation. There was no
Why, you
excuse.
know that?
Yes, we know that.
How do we know that?
He
Well,
says
like-
he's never drank before.
Yeah, like he's a clean living guy.
Not true. And he hasn't said that.
So how do you know?
He's literally
now.
justifying Trump doing this by saying that he was drunk?
No, I'm saying he doesn't do this now. He obviously has drank. He's sober now.
He's done, but do you think he's done this?
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't. I didn't see it happen.
If you
Did
would you lean towards him doing it or towards him not doing it?
I would lean towards him not. Honestly, I think it's
and,
all.
and what tells you that?
Is that he's a tough guy?
What do you
He's
mean
normal.
by he's a quote unquote tough guy?
He just has balls. He's not in jail. You know, if he was that bad, he'd be in jail already.
What?
Oh my god.
So do you think our court system's broken?
Do I think our court system is broken? I think there are some issues with it, but I don't think that there's an issue with the jury like unanimously determining that he sexually abused someone.
Every single one of them determined that he did this.
All of them unanimous, right?
Yes. And some were Trump supporters. Wasn't it 3 of them, Parker? I'm pretty sure it was 3 of them on the jury that were Trump
unanimous.
But that were Trump supporters?
3 were either independent or like leaning Trump.
Yeah. And I mean, his lawyers had a call in who was in the jury. So, like, do you know anything about this case at all?
No, I told Parker I didn't.
Right. So it was. Can you name the store? I get tongue tied. Birdwolf. What's the name of the store, Parker? I can't say it.
Bergdorf Goodman.
Okay, I can't say
You're
that
good, don't
for some
worry.
reason. I don't know why, but okay, he was there. E. Jean Carroll was there. They managed to run into each other. It ended up with him having her in a changing room, forcibly penetrating her against like her will, no consent. He assaulted her violently.
So there's videos?
No, there's not a video. Do you think all of us SA survivors have videos? Really?
No, that's what I'm saying. But how do you know it was him? Is what I'm asking.
There was therapist notes saying that this man, Donald Trump,
He was there?
So there were multiple things. So specifically, there was a full unanimous jury determination that he sexually abused her. Right. There was also the fact that he said he wouldn't have sexually abused her because she was quote unquote not his type. But then in a deposition, he mistook her with his ex-wife. There was also a psychiatrist that specifically verified the trauma that she had specifically, and multiple people at that particular time period that were her friends that indicated that she told them specifically that it occurred. Verifying the story was consistent over multiple decades. Okay, so you don't look at that, any of a consistent story over multiple decades, right, when you can see that Donald Trump lied about everything that occurred, right?
No, but how did he lie if nobody was firsthand experience?
I just explained it. He said he wouldn't have sexually abused her because she's quote unquote not his type, but then in a deposition mistook her with his ex-wife.
he said that he had never met her, but clearly had met her. And there was also DNA that he, just managed to weasel out of not providing his own. I mean, I would think that if I was accused of doing this to somebody and my DNA could exonerate me, I would definitely be giving up that DNA, but he did not.
It's just, this conversation makes no sense.
It makes perfect
What
sense.
doesn't
that he
make
voted
sense? I just
for-
explained it.
Right, because there was no firsthand experience. Nobody was there. Nobody's...
What? First-hand experience. Who do you expect to be there when someone's getting SA'd? E. Jean Carroll, that's her first-hand experience. She was violently SA'd by this man. I'm sorry, but when I was SA'd, I didn't have a crowd videotaping it. I don't know many survivors that have. And you voted for this guy. Us survivors have to look and see that MFer as our president. My 8-year-old, or she's fixing to be 8, that's going to be her president. A man that violently assaulted E. Jean Carroll and possibly other victims. I mean, his character is, to me, evidence enough. The way he talks about his daughter and women. That, to me, says, yeah, that sounds like a guy that more than likely would have done that to a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's video interviews with him and his daughter where he's saying him and his daughter likely have sex in common. She said they had golfing and what was the other?
Real estate and golf, and he said sex.
Yeah, he said sex. And he calls her voluptuous, his child. So don't tell me this guy doesn't fall right in line with what an SAer would be like.
No, I'm listening.
So do you understand? You voted for a very terrible man.
Not
And to
really.
say
though,
that you
like, in the
didn't
bigger
know-
Picture. This is one thing too. Like just to bring it back, like of a wide picture.
I'm sorry, but doing this to anybody, woman or man, is a pretty big fucking thing.
Yeah, just saying like one thing is crazy.
Right, I know. Like, all right, there's a big deal, but what about the bigger picture and like what's actually been going on?
What do you mean the bigger picture? What bigger picture are you referencing? I don't think you've ever taken into account the bigger picture.
No, I am. I'm
How about you
thinking
take into
about it
account
right
the
now.
bigger picture of saying this type of behavior is acceptable for the young men and boys in this country? Why don't you take a look at that?
No, I am.
You haven't though.
This is enabling.
No, but you guys are talking about something that I'm not like swift on or something like that. But
Well, you're aware that there are women that get, and men that get violently essayed, right? You know this is something that's happening out there. This is something that we fight against. I know Parker does a really good damn job defending and advocating for victims like myself and, I don't know, countless women, men in the chat. And you're voting for that. You're voting for that. We make
No,
it
we're
so...
not.
You voted for it. And
no, I
we're
voted for
fighting
him.
against
Yes,
it.
I voted for Trump. Yes.
And he is like the poster boy for our worders.
Right, but
I
I'm
mean,
not
you said
voting on
Harris
just.
was worse. How the hell could Harris be worse to somebody that...
How could she be better?
Well, she
How
didn't
how
do
can
that
she
to
be
anybody.
better? Yeah, she didn't do that to anyone. She didn't try to coup the country. She doesn't deny climate change. She literally advocated for a bipartisan infrastructure bill, got that passed, influenced to get that passed. The Chips and Science Act, the PACT Act, and the Inflation Reduction Act. So actually good policy that benefit middle class Americans. Can you define consent, Kyle?
Consenting is basically saying yes. It's saying
Michelle, think of it $10. Thank you so much.
it's agreeing upon and
So do you
telling
do you,
them.
so
Oh, yeah,
anyone
yeah.
anyone who doesn't do that, you would say, right, has violated someone's consent if they didn't get that. So if he grabs women by the vagina without asking, is that sexual assault?
Yeah.
So he bragged about sexually assaulting women. Still
Right,
want to
but
vote
nobody
for him.
ever seen that.
Actually, wait, no. You argued that you've said things that are worse.
Yeah, I did.
Like, what? You normalize this behavior. To you, it's just, being a guy. And I'm sorry, that's not what...
That's not being a guy. That's not what a guy should be.
No.
Right? That's toxic behavior. That's disgusting behavior. That's deplorable behavior. And something that should never be accepted by any man, by any woman, or any person.
By talking?
So yeah, about those types of things, absolutely, that's disgusting and deplorable.
Yeah, it's normalizing and enabling
Violence against women.
Violence against women. Yeah.
Michelle,
No,
think
but
of it $10.
that's one small part about what the
It's not
like
that
what's
small.
happening in the world. No, it's not small, but it's just one part on what's happening in this world.
Do you not understand how many are getting essayed every day? Like, it's not a small thing. Quit minimalizing it.
The illegals?
I'm sorry, but I've been attacked 5 times. It's always been a white, cis, straight American, U.S. United States citizen male. That's who's done it.
Well,
Illegal immigrants, they're way less likely to commit crime. Way less likely to commit crime. Usually it's white, cis, straight men that are doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the quota. That's
A quota? What?
Yeah, that's what you guys have to prove.
What are you talking about? What do you mean what we have to prove? No, that's what is. Aaron, think
You
of
have,
it, money gun.
you have to prove it's the white straight male that's the worst,
We don't have
right?
to prove it. It already is.
Not really.
It is.
Yes. We know that for sure. We have evidence.
How do you know that?
That's what all the data and statistics indicate.
Well, let's see it.
Okay, well, again, as it relates to the proportionality of crimes, who commits most rape in the United States? Who's committing most domestic terrorism? White, straight men.
Not really, because
FBI statistics indicate that.
And how trustworthy is the FBI?
Bro, you see what I
Yeah.
mean? You see what I mean?
They want to deny any.
Deny science, deny statistics, deny facts, right? Because their
science is
feelings
bull.
matter more to them. Their feelings,
No.
it's only their feelings. It's not the feelings or the negative impacts upon anyone else. It's only what impacts you specifically. Kyle.
True.
That's it.
Do
True,
you have children?
literally.
Well, all I care about is me, really.
Well, that's pretty fucked up. But do you have children? Do you plan to have children?
I do plan to have them, yeah.
Do you want them to, turn into Trump? People like him?
Kind of, yeah.
That's disgusting. Dude, are you trolling? This is like actually disgusting.
Like,
No,
can
I'm
you
not
get
trolling
an
at all.
appointment set up with your urologist or whatever and get your snip? Like, dude, you don't need to be reproducing. I'm sorry. If you don't care or you want them to be like this guy, you're the problem.
Why,
you're
like Trump?
You're wanting to breed it.
All right, so what are you gonna say when?
NDI, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you.
So what's gonna be the rebuttal when Trump makes it the best 4 years you guys have ever lived?
And Mary,
find
thank
that-
you so much for the $2. That's not going to happen. Zoe,
Yeah,
thank you
it's
for the $5. Thank you
impossible.
so much.
You could say that now, but what if it actually happens?
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to. That's not even a possible reality.
How do you even know that?
How do I know that? Because I know how economics functions.
So what happened
Chris,
so
thank you
bad?
for the $5. Thank you.
So,
What was the level? What was the level specifically?
He didn't talk about a specific level that he's going to implement, but he wants to implement.
Dean, why did Dean post that? Sorry.
No, you're good. I understand why you're sidetracked. You can't really focus on one thing at a time. I get it.
No, he's really good at focusing on many things at once. So
I'm sorry. You're
Well, I
just,
mean, you should be focusing on the conversation.
Jack, to be totally honest with you, you're an idiot.
I mean, that's a really intelligent way to break down my argument. And I haven't even got into his
I've
energy
already
policy.
responded to your argument. What you
Yeah,
didn't
but I haven't
realize is
got
that your
into
whole
energy
argument about who spent more money causing inflation, you understand that particular argument you referenced doesn't take into account that Trump signed off more debt-related spending, COVID and non-COVID related, comparative to the Biden-Harris administration. So I don't know what you're talking about. You're just spewing
Because the
nonsense
overall
and
spending was
yapping
a lot
bullshit on
higher.
my live, dude.
And because the overall spending was a lot higher, and especially when you throw money into things like Ukraine and not the actual United States economy by signing a bunch of oil permits and having an average of 2.38% inflation rate under Trump, and then an average of an 8.9% inflation rate under
Dinos,
Biden.
thank you for description.
And
Thank you so
the
much.
deficit went
Wait,
up higher
wait,
than
Jack,
Biden.
how did the Biden-Harris administration cause inflation?
First of all, inflation is always going to happen. It just depends on how and to what degree. And one of the ways that they did it was through their energy policies, because they signed less oil permits, and then it caused us to have to import a bunch of oil permits. And then what that will do is basically rise inflation, because
How
guess
did-
what?
Okay, so they signed off on more oil permits and drilling permits than the Trump administration.
They did towards the very end,
50% more
artificially,
permits.
famously right
overall,
before the election.
overall 51%, 50% more. And no, this was even well before. This is the
just-
first 2 years.
Incorrect.
I'm talking
Not
in the
true.
first 2 years.
Oh, you're talking in the first years. Okay, congratulations. Yes,
Yeah.
of course we drilled less oil under the because of COVID. And I said I'm going to grade drop on a curve for that reason.
Janie, thank you so
But-
much for the description. Thank you so much.
And I would grade Biden on a curve for that reason too. I don't count Biden's 2 years either of his failures and his mistakes, even though he had a lot of them. And not to mention his energy policies. Basically, he had higher energy prices because of that. And then what that did was it increased dependence on imports, and it impacted jobs. It decreased jobs, especially towards. Oh wow. Oh, sorry, my bad. And then it also decreased. It also decreased jobs. And it also canceled the project of the Keystone Pipeline that would have given jobs to a bunch of Americans.
What decreased jobs, and then Keystone? Which Keystone pipeline?
I'm talking about all the things that Biden
Which
implemented.
Keystone pipeline?
The one that was supposed to run through Canada.
No, what was the name of it?
It was this Keystone XL pipeline.
Okay, did you know that it was only 8% produced, didn't affect current oil supply chains?
I know, but he canceled the implementation
And
of it. It was
you
still
know
in the
that
works.
was an order by the Supreme Court that Biden followed through with, because it went over indigenous lands and it would have gone against a treaty that mostly transported tar sands, by the way, which is used for plastics mainly.
Okay, well, I I did not know that, but I'll research that a little bit deeper. But then he also had a corporate tax increase of 6%. He went from 21 to 28%, which then in turn also increased prices.
Yeah,
of everything else.
that actually would not cause an increase in price as if you want to
Yes, it
reference
would.
level of price.
Yes, it
Okay,
would.
so 35% top marginal tax rate under Obama's administration. Why were there lower prices?
Are there lower prices because we had a better control of infrastructure, and not to mention
Better
when
control
you
of
have
infrastructure because Trump didn't get an infrastructure plan?
No, because when you have a bunch of wars going
Janie,
on,
thank
and
you
you're
so
willing
much
to
for the
kill-
$15.
when
Thank
you're
you so
willing-
much.
When you're willing to kill hundreds of thousands of innocent people on the guise of war for a profit, like Obama did, then of course you're going to make money because there's money in murder. And of course there were more war.
Did you know there were more
under-
service members that died in conflict under the Trump administration comparative to the Biden-Harris administration?
Yes, 100%, 65 to 13 actually, and that's because
16.
we were still working on a pullout.
E,
And
thank you
actually,
for the
I was
$5. Thank you so much.
And actually, if you were listening with your ears, you would hear that I was talking about Obama when I said that.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to reference things,
Yeah,
you understand
so that's why Obama's
what I would
economy was really
specifically
good.
reference.
So you're
What I
gonna
would
answer that?
reference
Are
isn't
you
just
gonna
what
answer that
happens under the
question?
Jack, can you shut the fuck up so I can respond? You wouldn't just reference what
Ooh.
happened under the administration. You'd reference what they did that would have caused things to occur. So you have to reference specifically what you think that they. What you didn't reference specifically what they caused. What did they do? What did you reference that they did?
The corporate tax increases that increase the price of
I
everything.
already
and then you
responded to
why
that.
And you said, why was the economy
Sarah,
better
thank you
under
for the
Obama?
subscription. Thank you so
which
much.
it wasn't. But the
No,
reason why the
that's
prices
not what
of
I said
everything
at all. That's not what I said, Jack. I said specifically why were prices lower, even though there was a higher corporate tax. And secondly, you didn't recognize the fact that
Yes.
actually Trump increased the corporate tax rate for income lower than $50,000 from 15% under Obama to 21% under his administration. So he actually
corporate
increased the
taxes
corporate
were
tax rate for
21%
income under. Listen, he increased the corporate tax rate for income under $50,000 in a year.
No, first of all, no, he didn't.
Yes,
Second
he
of all,
did.
the
You're
corporate
fucking
tax-
lying. The lowest marginal tax rate specifically for brackets for under $50,000 under Obama was 15%. He changed it to a flat tax rate of 21. You fucking idiot.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'll correct myself on that one. And I'm not a fucking idiot, by the way. You're just getting upset because you realize
Janie,
I'm
thank
right
you so
when I
much
say
for the
it.
$20. Thank you
They
so
still
much. I
answer
really
the fact
appreciate that, Janie.
21
Thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much.
And for the viewers that are listening here, the reason why the corporate tax rate raising from 21 to 28% under the Biden administration, the reason why that's bad is because you can't tax corporations unless you are able to incentivize them, because they will never decrease their profits. They will always aim to gain a profit. So what they're going to do
Jack,
is they're going
can
to
I
pass
actually
that on to
reference
the
this?
consumer.
No. What you're not understanding, right, is tariffs get passed on to the consumer, and we can actually look at the effects of what the tax policy is. If you look at the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, it only added 0.04% to the annual GDP, which is $10 billion in GDP growth, and less than $2 billion in federal revenues for $190 billion of spending in a year. So do you think spending $190 billion a year specifically for $10 billion in GDP growth is a good fucking investment?
No, not 100%. No, I do not. I do
No,
not.
that's what the
100%.
Tax Cuts and Jobs Act did overall. We can find that from a liberal and conservative economist from Harvard. Look up the macroeconomic effect of the 2017 tax reform bill.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I don't agree with every single economic policy that Trump has put forth, but the reason why his
But
tariffs are
that's
going
what
to
you're
work is because
referencing with the corporate tax rate, specifically with the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act.
Well, no, I mean, I don't agree with another problem. Okay, and this is the main
Wait,
problem.
I just disputed your Tax Cuts and Jobs Act argument.
Well, no, because I mean, the Biden administration, as soon as he increased that corporate tax, we've seen higher everything prices. And
Jack, they didn't increase the corporate tax. We're still under Trump's tax plan, genius. Laura, I appreciate
No, we're not.
description. Yes, we are.
21 to 28%. No,
No, we didn't.
We're not
No, we
100%.
didn't. No, we
So
didn't.
you're telling me Biden? You're telling me Biden did not implement a single tax policy in his entire presidency?
No. What I'm saying is that it has to be. Listen, it has to be Congress, right? And the thing that they got through was the child tax credit through the American Rescue Plan. No other difference. The corporate tax rate is still the same as what it was under Trump's plan. That's what I'm saying.
First of all, it wasn't. Second of all, at what point are you guys going to
Give me one source. Wait, Jack, give me one source right now that says that the current corporate tax rate is 28%.
Okay.
One source.
1 second.
He's so smart. I mean, how does he not know?
I mean, and also not to mention the fact that, yep, but from PwC, an accounting firm, Biden's fiscal year 2024 budget renews calls for a 28% corporate tax. Other tax increases are.
They call for it. They didn't implement it.
Yes, for fiscal year 2024, they implemented it, and this is PwC, a well-renowned accounting firm.
Okay, wait, tell me the title.
If you look up President Biden fiscal year 2024 budget renews call for 28% corporate rate.
Call for it is not the same thing as actually implemented. So give me a source that was implemented.
I mean, it goes on to explain that it was implemented and what that's going to mean for PwC as a whole. If you look at it, I'm staring at it right now. So, but also not to mention, I mean, here's the thing: at what point are you going to take responsibility for your own administration? What happens within your own administration? Can you name one thing that Trump did that was good for the economy?
Yeah, so specifically, I do believe that the tax cuts for lower income individuals, right, is a good thing, but that's only some provisions within the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Secondly, if you want to reference this, right, I'd reference Operation Warp Speed. Right, we can reference plenty of things, but that's not relevant. What's relevant is who's going to be better or worse for the economy. Can you name one Biden or Harris economic policy that you like?
Oh, one Biden. The one thing I do like is that they do want to increase social programs for lower income individuals, especially when it comes to healthcare. Healthcare. They want to expand healthcare and Medicaid. I kind of agree.
What healthcare?
They want to increase Medicaid. That's what Kamala said she wanted to do.
Increase Medicaid?
Yeah, she wanted to expand Medicaid for all. Yeah, that's what she kept saying, Medicaid for all, and I kind of agree with that to some degree.
She never said that, actually. Yeah,
okay,
you don't even know a single policy that she was influencing. You fucking weirdo. You didn't even know the answer to the question that you were asking me. You fucking weirdo.
Medicaid for all, Kamala.
She never advocated for Medicaid for all. You're referencing Medicare for all, and that was her in 2019, dude. Jesus Christ.
Oh, is that why an article in 2014 says Kamala Harris's complicated history of Medicare?
2014?
I said 2024, genius.
You said 2014.
I said 2024, but that's okay. I understand. It's hard for you to hear sometimes.
Sanjeev, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you so much.
And
Sanjeev said I'm a CPA, and you are absolutely right on the tax rate. Lol, I worked at PwC. Lol. Brittany, thank you for the description. Thank you so much.
Someone random. I'm glad that someone random, some no face, just texted you. I'm really glad that you just.
Oh, you're so mad. You're so mad that you're always wrong, bud.
No, I mean I just named several things that he.
You didn't name several things. Oh my god.
Yes, I just named 3 things, and then I also can name another thing. I don't.
What 3 things? What were the 3 things?
I have notes here because I know you.
2014.
No, it wasn't 2014.
Grace, thank you so much for the $2 for he definitely said 14. He did.
He totally did.
Okay, cool.
Anna, thank you so much for the description. Thank you so much.
I mean, I still love his tax tariffs, and the reason why is because they're going to go into tax cuts as well, and I really like that, and I really agree with it. And you still have an answer why the fuck Biden had an average of 8.9% inflation rate.
That's not the average inflation rate, you fucking idiot. You absolute moron.
Yes,
that is not the average inflation rate. I promise you, Jack. I would put $1 million on that. You think the average inflation rate?
Listening here,
Jack, how much would you put on that? Wait, Jack, real question. How much money would you put on that? You think the average inflation rate was 8% in the Biden-Harris administration?
Well, unlike you, I don't peddle propaganda in order to make
How much money do you want to put on that?
I wouldn't gamble any money. I wouldn't put any money on that because
well, you're fucking wrong.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not wrong. I mean, that's
you are absolutely wrong. Look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics inflation rate, dude. Oh my god.
And why is it that the average income to own a home under the Trump administration was 75?
Why is he pivoting? Why are you pivoting? Why are you pivoting?
Because I'm saying more because you're not answering my question. You're not
why
answering
are you pivoting? Why are you pivoting?
Because you're lying. Because you're making up statistics.
I'm not lying for anything. What did I lie about? Jack, what did I lie about?
I moved on to the next topic because
because you didn't want to address what I just said. You fucking pivoted. You pivoted because you didn't fucking know the answer, Jack. Jessica, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much.
And plus, it's also really hard to have a political topic when you sit there every 10 seconds and go, "Oh, thanks for the money, guys. Thanks for the money, guys."
Are you mad? Are you mad or are you jealous?
No,
Which one is it?
I'm trying. You still haven't answered my question. Why
are you mad or are you jealous? Which one is it? Are you mad or are you jealous? Which one is it?
Neither. I'm glad I'm not you. I really am.
Why are you glad you're not me?
Well, I mean, okay, I don't want to get into personal attacks. That was mean. I'm sorry. But
no, tell me.
I will say no. It was just mean. I was going to make fun of you, but I don't like to do.
Go for
politics
it. Go
that
for
way.
it. Go for it. I want to hear it.
No, bro, because you could roast me right back. I'm not even because there's
I
plenty of
easily could. Yeah, you're right.
I ain't perfect. But I do also want to say that I really call for you to turn to Christ too, just like outside of politics.
Yeah, you turn to Christ, man.
I mean, yeah, I think everyone should. I mean, I think it's positive, and I think making it the gateway to heaven.
You turn to Stewie Griffin, please.
No, I mean, I'm gonna turn to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ every time.
Well, I turned to Pisus.
Nathaniel,
Every
think of the
time.
dollar. Yeah, turn to Pisus. Yep, that's right.
No, I'll turn to Jesus Christ because He loves me, and I don't know. I just want my sins to be forgiven, and get on the path of righteousness.
Yeah. Get your pins forgiven, right? Because of what's his face? Because Pisus is gonna pave you. I promise.
I mean,
you.
I know you're making jokes. I mean, but
no, it's
honestly,
no joke. Pisus will pave you, dude. I'm telling you.
I mean, that's cool. No, I mean, I love Jesus Christ, and to be honest,
I love Pisus, right? You love Pisus?
No, I mean, I love the absolute.
Do you
Jesus Christ.
love everyone?
Yeah, I would say I do. And honestly, to be honest, I struggle with it a lot. I'm not perfect at all. I need to work on loving.
So do you
people
love
better.
Hitler?
I mean, yeah, he's a human being too.
Okay.
Yeah.
You love Hitler?
I love every single human that's ever walked the face of this earth because
You
I
love
feel like
Stalin?
yes, because we're all made.
You
yes,
love
because
Jeffrey
we're all made
Dahmer?
in God's-
You love Jeffrey Dahmer?
I love everyone because they're made in God's image. And you know what? And that's a big difference between Christians and non-Christians. It's the fact that Christians, we believe. I mean, a true, genuine Christian.
You hold people accountable.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you still hold them accountable for their actions and call them to repentance, but you still love them and you still forgive them because
So
we're
you
all just
still
people.
love Hitler? Yeah, that's just crazy, dude. Lauren,
Oh,
thank
I
you so
lo- I
much for the
love you.
dollar.
I
Thank
love-
you so
I
much.
love everyone
Ask
on
this
this
guy
stream.
why
I
so
love everyone.
emotional. Grace, thank you so much for the $2.
I mean, I'm
thank
not
you so much.
emotional.
Chloe,
Very
thank you for the $3.
emotional,
Thank you so much.
I just don't understand how a
Mustache.
Christian can support anyone like Trump. Like it doesn't
I mean,
affect me.
I mean, a Christian. I mean, the thing is a Christian. First of all, a Christian shouldn't. I support him for public office. Doesn't mean I support his actions overall as a human, because I believe every human's actions are incorrect because we all fall short of the glory of God.
Well, some actions are worse than other actions, right?
No, all actions are created equal in the eyes of the Lord.
Oh,
Wait. So you think that telling your kid that Santa Claus exists is the same as sexually assaulting someone?
On the eyes of the Lord, yeah.
what is wrong with you, dude?
In the eyes of the Lord, yeah. Every sin is created equal. And the thing is, you have to-
Wait. So why should grapists go to prison under your worldview?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't go to prison. They should be forgiven. Though.
Wait, but you said that they're the same. You said it's just as bad as telling your kid that Santa Claus exists.
Not in the eyes of the law, but in the eyes of the Lord. That's why I said in the eyes of the
Okay,
Lord.
but you think that the eyes of the law should be seen through the eyes of the Lord, right?
No, I don't believe that.
Okay,
Not 100%.
So then you're pro.
I think they should take parts of it from the Lord. I mean, especially the law. I mean, it's all built on the guise of forgiveness, right?
Yeah, I'm done with this guy. I think that guy's insane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it for today.
Well, thank you so much for letting me come up for a bit.
Of course, it's great
I
having you
really
on.
want to. Well, I just really appreciate it, and I really want to grill someone with abortion stuff soon.
For
Like,
sure,
I've
I got
been-
you.
Thank you, because that's where I'm boiling over. So
I got you.
some.
All right. Well, I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
coming up. Good seeing you.
Thank you. Make sure you're all following and subbing, and tap the screen from start of the live to the end of the live, because he deserves every single tap. All right.
Everything
Love
description.
you.
Good seeing you. Good seeing you.
Bye.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. I'm gonna get off real quick. I love y'all so much. Have a fantastic night, everyone. Peace out. Peace out. Love y'all so much.